Limo Talk. Yes, it's me. Ince41, Ince41.com, GothamGoldGraz.com, StrongIslandTV.com.
Can I have a little more? Hey, here we go.
Listen,
Paul McCartney, 81 years old, still touring.
Board Op Extraordinaire Richard Zarelli, the man, the myth, the legend, Bobby Ince41 Inzarello, Anthony Grazzi Day, the birthday boy in the back, Bobby Lucero.
Happy birthday,
Bobby. Happy birthday to you. May you all your wishes and dreams come true, and we'll have a little cake for you later before I leave.
Happy birthday, Bob.
Thank you.
All right? Join us, Limo Talk on Facebook. Please, Instagram. Bobby Inzarello on Facebook. Anthony Grazzi Day on Facebook. Share the show. Come on now.
All together now. All together now. All together now.
All together now. That was the worst football game I have ever watched. And I'm a Giant fan. That was the worst football game.
Yeah, but the Giants lost, so of course it's a horrible game.
Dude, I went to sleep.
That was a horrible game.
That was a horrible game.
Friends of mine who are big Jet fans.
Nobody deserved to win.
All said it was an ugly, disgusting game.
Ugly.
Disgusting.
Ugh.
He was telling me how many 15 times?
15 punts in the first half combined. Giants, Jets, new record. And then I think total by the end of the game was like 32. You're laughing, but that sums up kind of the game right there.
He wouldn't even let the guy pass. He would not let DeVito pass, and then at the end when he was passing, it was lateral, and Quincy Williams was coming right in.
Does he have an arm? I mean...
Yo, forget about
it.
Tommy D.
He's
Tommy DeVito.
He's a Jersey guy.
They wouldn't let him
Is
pass.
he like Chuck Wepner? I mean, like Chuck Wepner steps in the ring with Muhammad Ali. This guy stepping in the on the field.
He stepped on the field with Saquon Barkley because the two of them, that's all they did was hand it to him.
Well,
he like became this workhorse of running back all of a sudden. And
that game is over with in football. Really, you got to be able to throw.
It's 10-7.
Got it.
If Saquon,
let the kid throw though.
Wait,
well, Zach, I mean,
the fans are chanting, "Let him throw! Let him throw! Let him throw!"
Saquon Barkley went down.
What do they care? Let him throw.
Yeah, but he went down. Saquon Barkley went down on his own. That's the point I was trying to make. He stopped himself. He could have kept on running, and he stopped and he went down. And because he went down, because he wanted the clock to keep running, we lose.
Well, also the Jets were taking horrible defensive penalties. Really, when they were off the field, they would stop them on third down and take a defensive penalty, give them a first down. They did it twice in the in the fourth quarter.
Funny thing is, I mean, the Jets are 4-3. It's mind-boggling.
That is the ugliest 4-3.
Giants is 2-6. It's like this is a bad season.
Yeah.
I think you guys are
4-3 is a little better than 2-6.
I think
but I'm just saying I don't think the Jets have any chance of going anywhere with this record.
But regardless, at least you have that record.
Aaron Rodgers was coming back. Aaron Rodgers is coming back. He was throwing today. Well, they have video, and the Jets put it up.
He was throwing
Wilson
last week.
Isn't the answer.
Dude, that kid seems like he's lost, and that's hard. He just seems like he's battered and he doesn't look good, right?
It's tough. It is.
I think he could play for Central High School.
Central.
Yeah.
Isn't that a good kid that's a quarterback for Central right now?
Yeah, it was. I can't think of his name. You're right, though.
Right?
Yeah. Central has produced some good ball players, some good football players.
I think that whole area, South, Central, Valley Stream North.
No knock. I mean, they definitely.
Right? Cary, Elmont. There's always been. Who was the best guy from Elmont? It was actually during the time when I was in high school.
The best guy during Elmont was Vinny Testaverde.
And there's another guy that was like a linebacker.
Oh, you're talking about Stephen Boyd from
Stephen
Valley
Boyd,
Stream
yes. That's Stephen Boyd.
Valley Stream.
Yeah, he played for the Detroit Lions.
Oh, yeah.
I used to enjoy watching him on Thanksgiving, Stephen Boyd.
You know what's funny is...
There's a guy from Farmingdale that's on the Detroit Lions right now. Kennedy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I've heard about
Dan
him.
Kennedy.
Yep. And I heard the kid's a great kid. I'm trying to get him on. I asked a couple of people. That would be great to get Kennedy on here. We talk Farmingdale all the time.
Sure.
You know?
Farmingdalers.
The problem is we talk baseball all the time. You know? We don't.
Well, you know
Well,
what? We
there's nothing
cover a
wrong
lot
with
of
that either.
subjects, folks. Sorry if some of them aren't to your liking, but... You know, we're going to talk about baseball. We're going to talk about football. We're going to talk about some hockey.
These are the ones that we like.
He said something we were talking, right?
Hockey.
Say what you said to me the other day about this show.
We say what we want.
Exactly.
We've always said what we want, and we've done it that way for as long as I've been involved with the program. At least I can't speak for the time
it's always been a show
wasn't
about
here,
everything.
Yeah.
So a
show
client,
about everything and show about talking.
a client turns to me today.
We're the everything bagel.
Yeah, we are the everything. I like that.
The egg everything happens to be my
Egg
favorite
everything
thing.
bagel.
I love it. Egg everything.
My client turned to me today and he goes, "I don't watch podcasts anymore." He goes, I don't consider your show a podcast. I consider it more of a chat. You guys sit
Most
there and
people
talk. So I took that and
I'm
I go,
looking for a category.
he goes, you guys are like a chat. And I go, is that good? He goes, actually, yes. He goes, what I like about you guys is you sit there and whatever's on your mind, you'll go through 15 different subjects. You won't kowtow to anybody. You'll say you'll say what you have to say. And sometimes we're right, sometimes we're wrong.
No kowtow.
Sometimes I get a little crazy. Sometimes Bobby's got to pull me in. You got to pull me in. She don't shut up half the time, but she's a doll. You know, I love having her here, but she's out of her mind too. She's got Tourette's. She sits there every
That's
once.
what I said. She's got Tourette's.
She's sitting there.
She sits there. She goes,
Balls.
I love balls. Yeah, like, what the fuck is going on here? She goes, boobies. Boobies.
Oh, I needed that.
Vagina. You're like, what the fuck am I listening to
And
here?
then I become the bad one because she.
I'm in the middle of a story. Balls.
I'm gonna get sick.
What? You're like, what? I'm like, what?
Where's that coming from? Oh, that's so great.
You go like this, Teresa. You like baseball? I like anything with balls.
She does.
Like, what the fuck am I listening to here? Folks, tune in.
Sunday nights.
9:15 till 11 o'clock.
They're trying to find a genre for us right now.
When he said that to me, he goes, "It's
All
kind
right,
of like."
let's go. Let's backtrack. Carol, carry on. Hope you're watching again.
Oh,
Florida.
please!
All right,
Well, hold on. Let me, Carol. From the bottom of my heart, I'm a little bit messed up, and I'm a little crazy, but I do have a juvenile way of doing things, and that's what makes this show so unique. So, one, I apologize for asking if you were hot last week. Two, I hope you're
Of
listening.
course she's hot. I know her.
All right, good. That's what I said. And
But you know the whole point is.
I'll send her a shirt. I'll send her
There
a
we go.
shirt.
Here we go with the
I'll send you a
shirts.
shirt, Carol.
When are the shirts going out?
Our shirts have become apology items.
Yeah, I'm
So
sorry.
anyway, so here's
ahead.
the scenario.
Go
right?
ahead.
So I'm sitting here and I
That's
was
so good.
I was like, yeah, I'll say hello, and this. I told Grouse before the show.
He did.
I says, somebody I'm close with, her sister wants to
Listen to the
wants to
show.
listen to the show for the first time, and I said, so I'm going to say hello to her.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, yeah, what? Yeah, okay, yeah, yeah, all right. I go, no, really, I'm going to say hello to this girl,
So
Carol.
you're doing a shout out
from Florida. I said, so just when I do it, just that's what I'm talking about. This Carol. So he goes, yeah, oh yeah, good, that's good, that's good. All right, yeah, shout out, Carol. Okay, good. So I go, all right. So now the show starts, and I said I was going to do it early because he's high fiving over there. He says.
I can just see this. This is so
I know,
It gets
so,
intense.
So now she says, she's kidding around. She says to me earlier, she goes, I go to bed by 9:30, so I hope you say it within the first 15 minutes because I'll be asleep by 9:30.
Oh, boy.
I'm like, okay.
All right.
So I said, let me get
No
in.
pressure.
So I looked at the clock. It was like 9:20. I'm like, all right. Anyway, I want to say, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Carol, carry on from
Florida.
From Tavares, Florida, and Grouse goes, is she hot?
Wait. So then Tourette's jumps in.
So now I go. Then what does she say? Terry Tourette's goes. Of course she's hot. She has a vagina.
Well, this is quite a hello.
So his face drops. On the air, his face
So now
drops.
I'm repeating the same bullshit I didn't like last week. I'm saying it again, but it's like,
Who cares?
I don't. But it's just like you try to
put
in
on
a
a-
new
Try to-
audience.
right.
She's
to
not
put some new,
20. She's not 20 years old, but she's giggling when she hears dirty words. She's a grown-up woman, and she wants to watch the show, and this is what she gets to tune into.
She gets.
And Terry Tourette's over here is.
Look at his fucking face.
Balls. I mean, what the fuck am I sit here going, what are we doing? I drove.
All the way over here.
Drove here.
I've got
drove for
100,000
this.
miles on
I
this
got
car.
207,000 miles on my
And
car.
100 is
I'm
from
on
us.
the last legs. I'm shooting. There's oil blowing out of the back of the fucking thing. I'm leaving a trail here. And people are beeping at me on the road because of my car. I don't even know. It swerves in the lanes. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. So I'm sitting there and I'm driving all this way so I can just humiliate everyone I know.
So wait. So So I have a history of humiliating the people that he's friends with.
Everyone.
Pat Schwarzer
Oh,
doesn't talk to me anymore.
that's Schwarzer. Don't even talk to me because I talk to you.
Shane O'Neill.
Shane.
Shane.
Nothing-
John Alfieri.
John Alfieri.
The list goes on.
Oh, there's more.
And intermittently, one of his best friends, Gary Mancini.
No,
Intermittently-
to Gary. And I
No, once in a while he's like,
So wait, all these people now don't talk to you because of him.
associated with me.
no, Shane talks.
Yeah, Shane talks to him.
All right.
So now wait, we'll go further.
that was only like
the
one out
show
of
ends.
5.
The show ends, and then Monday comes, and about 11 o'clock at night, I don't.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was about 10:47 because I was in bed, and I get a text.
10:47.
I get a
Look this up.
text.
Very
The
official.
text says, "Well, there you go. Another person associated with me in my inner circle, not ever going to listen to the show again." And I wake and I look at it and I put my head down. About a half an hour later, I put a thumbs down.
Yeah,
So
this
then
is response. Instead of just saying, yeah, sorry about that, whatever. No, thumbs down.
Thumbs down. He dislikes that
I
comment.
just-
Like it.
He doesn't like
Okay.
that comment.
So then
That is what the thumbs down means.
the next day he texts me again. He goes, "Well, yeah, the thumbs down is basically how the people about listening to the
No,
show."
here, I'll give you the whole transcript.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Oh, here we go.
I wrote on
Verbatim.
Monday at 10:49. He's off by 2 minutes.
All right, I was
Close.
I
which
was
is quite
close.
incredible.
That
actually.
is.
Well, another new recruit I asked to listen to who likely won't again.
Ever.
So he writes, thumbs down to that.
Right.
Nothing else. So I stew over it for a day. Stew.
Hasn't said a word.
Right, nothing.
Right
Now-
around the
now,
same. Wait,
at-
wait.
at
So
some
then at
point- hold on, hold on.
11:42
I have a question. Some point during that day, are you staring at this text, thinking about how am I gonna,
Yeah,
how am
oh,
I gonna
yeah.
respond to this thumbs down?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
I could see it.
I sit there going,
He's sitting there in
I'm
the,
sitting
in,
there
the
going-
in the car.
after I delete fuck you 3 times.
Oh, you don't even understand. He fucking goes off on me.
Wait,
You're a
backspace.
fucking
I can't
child.
say that.
You're juvenile.
I'm going to give you the whole thing. Now that he's brought it up, I'm going to give you the whole thing.
Come on.
'Cause it's all right here.
And I, listen, you got to tell me. I think I kept my composure, and I truly did. You know how, because you know how the fuck I am.
I deleted
I
fuck you
like
3
women.
times.
I like women. She's in Florida. I'm like, is she hot?
I like
That's,
women.
yeah.
That
You
matters.
welcome someone aboard before you ask if they're.
I like
whatever.
women too.
Anyway,
Go ahead.
so I write. So a day later, now I'm. The thumb down is really burning me. Okay, well, for the whole day it burnt me.
Right.
All right, so I wanted to really rip into him. So I just said, let me revise the fuck yous and the go to hell, you piece of shit, stuff like that. I deleted all that, and then I wrote, glad you gave it a thumbs down, just like everyone I asked to listen gives it a thumbs
Right.
down. Right?
Putting it right back on him.
Yeah.
Now,
Yep, I
let me
got it.
preface this by saying we are doing better now than we've ever done. From a standpoint of
Say this
all
after
the
I'm finished.
from a social media
Right.
media area, we've got more people listening at on the first night ever than we've ever had.
We
Except-
got a good first night.
yeah, we got an excellent first night. But
All right, so here let's
go ahead, go ahead.
So now, when I get called, first of all, he knows I hate being called Bob. Right? So the response is,
I didn't do that on purpose.
Yeah, you did.
I no, I swear.
Calculated.
Because I thought about it the next day. I'm like,
Calculated.
I thought
Calculated.
about it the next day. I go,
Calculated.
oh my god, I called him Bob.
I hate it.
He hates
Fucking
it.
hate it.
So I go, let me. I know what
Bob.
I said. I go, all right, Bob, I get it. Something to that. Yes, I said.
No, it was a typical.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, Bob. I'm like, fuck you. Right? You made your point. I'm not going to change my way. Which to me was just a death sentence right there. You know?
Well, go
Sorry
ahead.
she felt that way, and all your others. People don't like our views at times, but I don't say a word. Don't like your views at times, and I would like everybody to chime in on that.
Bob,
Don't say a word. What?
Bobby, sorry, Bobby. You know that's true this
Yeah,
time.
but I don't offend anybody with my opinion.
But I never tell you when people say, "Oh, you got a little too political." Oh, yeah, it's not my. I'm not going to tell you. That's not my.
I purposely try to get a little too.
I know you do, but I don't ever say. Listen,
By the way, Trump.
Right, but that
2024.
does does probably offend some people at some point.
Of course it does, but it's not like I'm humiliating anybody.
no, but I never say when
Right.
some.
She didn't get humiliated. Believe me, it did.
Who?
Carol.
All right, good.
All right, listen.
So go ahead.
People
It's okay.
don't like your views at times, but I don't say a word to you, including my family members who have got on this show and fucking ripped them apart.
No, that's my 11-year-old son.
That's embarrassing.
You went in. Well, then he gets personal. He goes, well, at least, go ahead.
I didn't say anything.
You said it. No. You go, you're going to say something like that? Your family members talk to you that way, and that was like something to that effect.
Well, it was about time I threw a dig back.
But why? I would never get personal with you. I never talk about your family.
I keep plugging along, so here's
No,
me.
I said we keep plugging along.
No, you said
I keep plugging along. I don't ever tell you when anybody says
plugging.
I don't ever tell him. I don't ever tell you. Somebody says you're boring. I don't ever. Well, I've told her a couple times. So
someone says you're boring. Did you
Somebody
say that?
says you're boring.
No, somebody says, oh, she talks too much. Oh, she interrupts. You interrupt Bobby sometimes. I've heard it from me. I have.
Anyway, let's
Rich
go
is
on.
boring.
Rich is boring.
Things like that.
Sweet stuff.
Why is he
Right.
there? Lacera should be there. Why isn't Lacera talking?
Sarah should be there.
I'm kidding.
Come on over, Bob. Seat number 4 is
I'm
open.
kidding.
Seat
That
number
doesn't
4 is
happen.
open.
We have to keep a mirror under his nose to make sure he's still breathing.
He's so.
All right. Well, anyway.
All right.
Anyway,
Go ahead.
I wrote. Did I get mad? I was fucking mad.
Oh, you are
All right.
pissed.
All right, he's
If
wrong
you have a
now.
fucking problem with me,
I
I won't come back on.
I never said that.
You're gonna fucking tell my. You're gonna tell what? Tell me my reaction to your ridiculous antics is different than you get from everyone else. I didn't mention from everyone else. You get ridiculed by everyone. Who? Just me? Are you fucking kidding me? Are you on drugs?
See, this is how he's coming at me.
You act like a fucking 5-year-old. I wrote.
You're a juvenile, he says, something to that effect.
No response I get from that, so I go, well, then it's time for more.
Sister with no response.
There's cracks in the limo talk armor.
All right. Yeah, I did say you family members have a problem with
Yeah,
things
you
like that.
come on. I've never talked about your family. It's not my style.
All right, so you're each getting, listen, I think Bobby's winning, actually, at this
Don't
point.
pull lies out of your ass, I said.
Yeah.
I sucked it up and came out sick to do that show so you can alienate yet another person I asked to listen.
Oh, my God.
Your crude and juvenile remarks are embarrassing.
Wait, so
little dramatic, though.
A little heavy.
Yeah, a little heavy.
But
A little
he's not
heavy on the
responding.
drama.
That's why I'm getting nasty now.
Right, so see, because
So,
you're not responding.
And I'm picturing what he's doing there going, fuck you.
And this all started with, let's not forget, this started with the thumbs down emoji. Because
No.
Right.
it's really not even so much the fact that it's a dislike, it's there's no words
I wrote
in the
more.
response.
I wrote more and it was uglier, but I won't say it.
it was.
Wow.
So wait a minute, and I wrote back. I never said that in regards to him not showing up. I didn't say that. You
Here's
know
what he
I'm
writes.
not going to change. You
Here's
know
what he
how I
writes.
am.
You're going to change it the same old way, Alice.
That's it.
He's a blabbermouth.
You say what you say.
Go.
Duly
Limo talk.
noted. Space. Understood. Space. I see how you feel. Truly sorry about her and others. I'm going to bed. That sounds like Joe Biden. I'm going to bed now. That sucks for everyone. I'm going to bed. You know?
Wait.
And then he goes, I need to be up in 3 hours. I got your point. Apparently you don't appreciate that I've done over the past fucking 12 years.
And that's right. Yeah. Apparently you don't appreciate what about me. And I'm like, I never
Ever said that.
Wait. And I said, that's the reason why I'm letting you vent on me, because you deserve that. You deserve a forum. For 12 years, you've come to this show and went through storms and don't make a dime. You deserve that.
Then he writes,
Go ahead.
I did tell you, he mentioned Teresa, because I was like, he mentioned that he told her that, don't drug people. All right. Then he goes, I could send her a shirt as an apology.
Oh, my God.
With a smiley face.
Yeah.
Has anybody gotten a shirt yet?
Then he writes, I guess this dinner can't come soon enough. It was funny. I was sitting there.
That's a good time.
Cheers.
That's a good time.
Cheers. Cheers. We're not drinking today.
No,
Bob's
just-
coffee. Zarelli hasn't been feeling well. Bobby
This
is
is
41
my
and
coffee from
Zarelli.
this afternoon from Panera. And
All right, Lacera, I'm going to have a cake come out and about. We got to the Giants and the Jets. We got that Rich Zarelli
All
brought
right.
up extraordinaires back.
Mess.
Matthew Perry.
Matthew Perry. Here's a guy who was. I didn't realize what extent of alcoholism and abuse he had
His
done to
colon
himself.
burst.
Well,
They gave him-
his
they
last few
gave-
pictures of him look horrible. He looked horrible.
They gave him 2% chance of living about a couple of years ago.
I have no idea any of this happened. Now to hear that he died in a jacuzzi, I'm wondering, the heat and the water that's in the jacuzzi and the bubbles and the pressure and everything else, Could that have pushed a clot through his heart?
You know,
Yeah.
he played 2 hours
Good.
of pickleball. That's what I was listening to the news. 10-10 on.
I didn't know that part.
Oh.
He was playing pickleball. He played a 2-hour pickleball game.
And then got in the
He went
jacuzzi?
back and went to the jacuzzi. Sent his assistant out to get stuff, food or whatever. The assistant came back 2 hours later and found him dead in the jacuzzi.
Takes 2 hours to get food.
Your job's a joke, you broke, and Chandler's DOA.
Wow. Too soon?
Way
guess,
too soon.
Guess not.
Was he a favorite on that
Yes,
show?
he was. I thought he was very talented. He was in a couple of movies that I liked.
Yeah.
I thought he did a great job at doing the one-liners he threw in on that show. What made the show to me. Him and Phoebe are the ones I
Phoebe's
liked.
fantastic.
She was fantastic on that show.
Yeah.
Her acting was fantastic. The rest of them could have been interchangeable with anybody, you know? Jennifer Aniston, yeah, okay, she's good to look. Is she hot?
The other one was good to look. I'm not saying that you are.
She is.
But the other one was good to look at too. Courtney Cox and Phoebe. They were beautiful
Cute.
girls,
Yeah.
and those are good. Well, Schwimmer's a good-looking guy.
I
Joey,
can't stand him.
he looked.
It's like Everybody Loves Raymond. I watched that show, and I just want to punch everybody, except for Peter Boyle,
Really?
because I think he's great.
That's the old man,
and
right?
Brad Garrett played a good part. The father.
I was
Peter
going to say,
Boyle.
Brett Garrett plays a good
Excellent part. But
Yeah.
Ray Romano just doesn't do it for me, man. Oh, come on. Oh, I love you.
Yeah, he got annoying after a while. Couldn't watch him on a regular basis.
I'm like, oh, shit. This guy's pathetic.
You know what I started watching again? Night Court.
I haven't seen that in years.
Yeah, the original.
I love King of Queens. I like it, but there's a few episodes that really bothered me about that. But I think Kevin James did a good job on that show.
Did
And,
the last one bother you
King of
when
Queens is
he
great.
leaves her?
Love
Or
King.
she,
hated that.
why?
Hated it.
That was a fucked up
Absolutely
ending.
ridiculous. They go to China to adopt a baby.
Yeah.
And then they hate each other. They're getting divorced. I'm like, how do you end a show like this? Stop.
Right.
And then they just flash back quick to a year in advance or a year later, and they got the Chinese baby in their own.
Really?
Right? So I hated that. I hated that ending. That was terrible. And the Seinfeld to me, there wasn't one bad episode except maybe the last. But even that wasn't bad.
Everybody was disappointed in the way Seinfeld ended.
And they're bringing a reunion supposedly.
When?
I like these shows that are doing these reboots now.
It's
because-
money.
Well, Seinfeld
Yeah, but when?
should.
Well, Seinfeld definitely could kill it. Anything they do, they would
You
kill
know,
it.
they came back on the Larry David show and did a little reunion.
1 second.
Yeah.
I had to say hello to a bunch of people. Patrick Walsh, hello, Pat is watching. Ann Rothney, Greg DiFilippo.
What's up, Pat?
Did I? Hello, Mickey Delaney's watching us from.
Mickey, is that your real name?
Yes, and he hasn't watched us
No,
for
I'm
a
saying,
while.
is Mickey his real name?
Yeah,
Who
I
is
think
he-
it is.
who is he commenting
He goes, "How
to?"
are you?" You asked. That's me.
Oh,
He's
that's
missed
you?
me.
Because a lot of people named like Michael or something like that get called Mickey in Irish family.
He stopped listening to the show for a while, and I unfriended him. But I'll become friends with you again, Mickey, because I still like you.
I
Good
like
evening, gentlemen, from Bruno Capolo.
Oh.
Good evening, all you awesome people watching. Greg DiFilippo, I just love Bobby's Halloween costume. Is he going as the guy from Weekend at Bernie's?
What a dick.
How about
We also lost Ann Rothney, says Richard Mall.
how about them
Best
Giants?
known as Bull from Night Court, passed away as well. Rest in peace, Richard Mall. Did you remember that show, Night Court?
Yeah, Bull.
He was the bailiff.
He was
Bull.
the bailiff. He just died?
He just died, according to Ann Rothney.
Leanne Quinlan is watching. R.I.P. Hi, Leanne. How are you? Good evening, Bruno from Ann Rothney. Bruno Capolo, Trump Town. And that's everybody on this. Share the show, please.
It said Trump won.
Oh,
It's not Trump Town.
I can't read. I got my bad spectacles
Obviously.
on.
Trump won. What does that mean? Trump won.
Oh, Pat Walsh is curious what the temperature is in here tonight.
I have
I
my...
guess he sees a large amount of garments being worn and wondering if it's cold in here.
No, it's actually warm in here, but my wife said my shirt was a little tight, and I really didn't want to change, so I covered myself up with my jacket. That's why, Pat. Hey, Pat, if you want to rush down here and come hang out with us, Teresa doesn't look like she's coming. Lou Ferriello gave me the finger.
Yes, checking in, giving Graz the middle finger. That's about right.
Great.
Yep.
Thanks. Share the show, please.
What's up, Lou?
What's up, Lou? So, Bob, what are you doing for Halloween?
I don't do anything for
Come on, you're not going to hang out with Jackson?
If the opportunity arises, I will.
Did you go to the Did you go to the pumpkin patch this past weekend with them? I saw some pictures.
Pumpkin patch.
Did you go to the pumpkin patch?
Did you
No,
go?
I didn't go.
You know.
I didn't go. That was the picture that was taken while they were there, but I didn't go.
He's getting big.
Yeah, he's getting big.
Teaching him baseball yet?
No, not yet. Soon.
Yeah, man.
He's 2.
So this guy and Mike LaJerfo,
Getting
who's
there.
one of the, who's the Green Dogs coach, and also on.
Sorry. Mickey Delaney said his real name is Michael.
Oh,
See?
okay.
I said people named Michael.
Michael Delaney.
Mickey, I
Just wanted
actually have to
just
tell
wanted
you
to get
something.
that out there. I didn't mean to
I want Mickey to notice that I'm truly saying this because I know you listen to the other shows. I troll and watch everything that's going on in this network, and I see you on everybody else, and I kind of was annoyed you weren't on with us. So you know what? I want you back. Come hang out with us. Call in whenever you want. It's all good, all right? I won't make fun of you. No more Wizard of Oz stuff, I promise.
Wizard of Oz stuff.
Yeah, when he used to call, he used to put the Wizard
He used
of
to
Oz.
play the Lollipop Kid song.
Why'd you do that?
Because I'm a bastard and an asshole, and I don't want to be that way anymore. I want to change my ways. This argument with you,
Look at this, he's turning a leaf.
This
Look at the
argument
leaf
with you, I
turning.
want to change. I want us to be
And
happy.
it's autumn.
Dude, did you see what I did today? Honestly, I was sitting in my car at 9 o'clock this morning, and I just sat there and I go, "Hey, look, I'm sitting in a limo. It's Graz, Limo Talk." And I just said, the following show is for mature audiences only. We are rated R. That's it. I want to start the show with that so we can never have any problems with anybody when we curse, which I don't really want to curse as much because he wants to put us on optimum. He's disgusted, but we play music, which I'm not stopping, and we do use profanity often.
Yeah. Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we do. We say
hell
what
yeah.
we say.
We do.
So then so I tell him the whole story that went on with you. And he says, "Oh, you'll be all right." He says, "Have you heard from Bob?" I said, "I haven't heard from Bob." Bobby.
So keep
Oh
going,
my
Bob.
God, it's
Bobby, have you heard from Bobby yet?
Have you heard from Bobby yet? And I said, "No, I haven't."
I'd rather just be called in. Fuck that.
You know what? You're right. So he goes, "Have you heard from Inns?" And I go, "No, I haven't heard from Inns." And he goes, "Don't worry about it, Inns. Let it." He was right. You walked in, you smiled. That's how you are. I can't.
Let me tell you, there's one
I'm
thing
trying
about
to
me.
fight with everybody.
I never ever hold
grudge.
everything
Yeah,
over.
man.
I
don't want to have that. I know what I did with Alfie. I'm sorry. I know what I did with Shane. I'm sorry. I know what I did with Schwarzer with his mother, and I'm sorry. I know what I did with Kristen Tinsley.
It was his mother.
Well, that
He's
was
like people are sitting there going, "What the fuck did he do with his mother?" His mother was on the phone.
no. His mother was listening, and he was in it, and he was talking
And he
too
turned the
much,
microphone
and I turned his microphone off, and his
was-
mother texted him and go,
When you say,
you know,
"I know what he did with his mother,"
Yeah.
I'm like, well, you didn't curse out his mother.
and his mother texted him, you know, he's making fun of you, and he walked out, and he had watches lined up for us. That was WGBB. We would have had our own Steven. You know, they heard that commercial, "I Love Steven Singer."
Yes. The
We,
Steven
we
Singer
almost had.
commercials.
We almost had I Love Pat Schwarzer.com.
Nice.
But he's still in business, and I hope this gets to him because we like Pat to come back. All right, two things: Jimmy Baquicchio and his band. What's it?
They've reunited after a 4-year hiatus. His band is Vanessa's Revenge.
Correct.
Which I'm trying to figure out if Jimmy would just tell us what Vanessa's Revenge is. Or
Probably
what it
one of his
means.
exes coming.
Did
in.
one of his exes already come after him and got
I would
revenge?
assume.
And her name
I
was
think he's
Vanessa?
married now, but I think he's settled
That's
down. But
fine.
he was a
Everybody has an ex.
1990s playboy. That guy, right? Jimmy Baquicchio could pick up a woman at a drop of a dime.
Jimmy, let's just say, did all right.
He did real good.
Jimmy was active.
I did well when I was single, but I gotta tell you, this guy was just like instant. They just like I'd get the fat girl, and you know the chick that might have been a little bit tipsy a little bit, and he'd get like the 3 girls that just walked in that are straight, hot, blonde, and they'd go shoot right over to the corner of them.
Jimmy, can I get a drink?
You look great, Jimmy. So he's coming. Jimmy, I did preface by saying this is the past. You're a great talent of a singer, and I think you're married with kids. Good luck.
Yeah.
Vanessa's Revenge, right? Coming to Michelle Miller's and Stephen and Pat, not Pat Walsh, Stephen. What's
I
his
think they're
name?
doing UBS soon. I'm working that show. Vanessa's Revenge.
What's Pat? Not Walsh. What's the Walsh's name? First,
Kevin?
Kevin. Yeah, I can only remember Pat Walsh because he's part of the family here. Hasn't been seen in 6 weeks, but he's part of the family.
I just
Yeah,
saw
I
Pat
think he kind of
last weekend.
communicated himself, and you must have insulted him.
I did nothing. He's busy. He's building. His,
The lollipop
you know, I did run into
lollipop
Pat at
guild,
the-
the
yeah.
lollipop guild.
I ran to him at the football game.
I didn't play it no more. You ran him into Pat
You don't
Walsh.
play no one because he
Yeah.
don't call anymore.
No,
Well, and I said, how come you haven't been down to Limo Talk? And he said, honestly, it's gross. He goes, that's why, he goes, I don't come down
you're
there
full of
because-"
shit.
What do you mean?
You are full of crap. Because I saw him recently, and he said, "Ant," I go, Pat,
Facts.
Pat, you have an open,
Hashtag
open
facts.
invite to the show. Anytime you want to walk in, you brought stuff. You sat in the audience.
Yes.
You bring good radio, and Bobby likes you, and Richie likes you, and I like you. You're more than welcome to come in. So don't tell me that. That's bullshit. He didn't say that.
You're right. He didn't say that.
Okay, so
I was
don't
just
call
kidding.
me out. All right, I got enough people calling me out.
Sorry, I was just trying to have a little fun on the show. I
Mickey
didn't
Delaney.
mean
My
to-
real name is Michael.
I didn't mean to try and have
I
some
knew
fun.
it was Michael. Had to be.
Yes, told you that before.
Oh, what do we got?
He's
I have a couple of things I want to make.
Go.
The elections are coming up. There's early voting, which I'm not a fan of early voting.
There's a lot of days for early
Yeah,
voting.
it's really like 9 days of early voting.
It is.
And people going out, and they're dragging people out that ordinarily don't even give a shit, but they talk them into coming out to vote because they're registered by the party that wants to get the most votes. So they drag them out and say, "Do me a favor, just vote. I'll buy you dinner over, whatever." And all these people are coming out of the woodwork and voting, but as a guy who gets involved in politics locally and stuff, I mean, Don Clavin has done such a great job as the supervisor in town of Hempstead, and he's got to be reelected, folks. And so does Kate Murray and Janine Driscoll, and we need this guy, Sherian.
Seems like a nice guy, Clevin.
He's a great guy.
He's a
real
family
good
man. He
family
put his
man.
he's put his
Puts
daughter
kids on the
put his daughter in the
commercial.
commercial. She
Great guy.
outshined him on the commercial.
Even Bruce Blakeman too, who's not running this year, but they're all just good family people.
Well, you know what I said
But
about
I met a new guy, and I'm walking with him, and he's running in for the legislature, and his name is Sherian Ali. And I walked with this guy, and we rang doorbells and talked to people, and this guy is really smart, really good, and very good with people. Really, really good with people. So, you see the name Ali on a ballot, fill it in. That's the guy. He's a good man.
all right.
And that's what you're
Nice.
looking for. And you know what? And that's what I'm
Oh, it is.
trying to explain to people. You know, it's like,
Good
oh, I
qualified
got to
people
vote
that
for this
care.
one because he's a Democrat, or I got to vote for this one because he's a Republican. Vote for somebody who's going to do good for you. So vote for somebody who's going to do good for the people that live in your community. I mean, don't just vote for somebody because they follow the party line that you think is, that you have to vote for. No, you can't do it that way. I've crossed over a couple of times.
What do you think's happening? Clavin's going to. I think Clavin's.
I can't imagine that.
I can't imagine Cleveland not coming back. And
No.
you want to know something? I tried to stop you before. Bruce Blakeman outshined Governor Hochul during
Oh, my
that
God, yeah.
during that whole Farmingdale bus. Like he got on,
Yep.
sincerely looked. He just sincerely came across.
Because he really cares.
And his words came across, and where Hochul was like stuttering, and she doesn't speak well.
No
Even my
sincerity
wife
at all.
says, she goes, "What's wrong with her? Who's the guy?" I
Nothing
go,
comes across as sincere.
"Yeah, I got to get Blake."
He really, it touched his heart.
Yeah,
the whole thing.
yeah.
It did,
I know that.
because he's a good family guy. He comes from a great family. His father was a World War II veteran.
All right, good.
And if you ever go down along the hospital, Franklin Hospital,
Yeah.
well, which is now Long Island Jewish.
Well, my father.
What's the name of the street that's alongside of the
It's not
hospital?
even Long Island Jewish anymore.
I don't know, but my father passed away at Franklin General Hospital, and I was.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, my father passed away. At
Well, anyway, the
Franklin
road alongside the highway and
Dog-
is
dog-
called Blakeman Avenue.
General. Oh, I didn't know
It was
that.
named after Blakeman.
Dude,
The Blakeman family.
out
They've
of
been
all-
entrenched in Valley Stream for years.
listen, I know we talk of politics, but Blakeman impresses me, and your guy that comes to visit Farmingdale baseball impresses me. Saladino.
Joe Saladino.
He's a nice guy.
Yeah, he is
He
a
comes
good
to
guy.
these dinners. All right,
Joe Saladino, not only is Joe, forget a nice guy. I mean, the guy he's a genuinely good man who is really sincere when he
Right?
talks
See?
to you.
That's what you can tell.
He is. You can tell straight up. The
we
man
should-
is,
why don't we get him on here?
and the man cares about what he does in the town. You know, you can say what you want about politicians and this and that. I mean, what Saladino has done to turn anybody that lives in the town of Oyster Bay knows what a train wreck we were in not too long ago. Maybe 8, maybe 9 years ago.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, Wall Street gave us, basically the shit emoji, rating for any kind of credit, whatever. It's increased like 8 times under Saladino.
we have a great
He has
great
held,
rating now.
He's held taxes in the town of Oyster Bay right now. I think this is like the year 6. Consistent year
Frozen.
right now. Through everything. Through COVID, everything else.
Yep.
With a surplus.
and a star program where you can try to where you can
We
try
do
to.
shows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm talking about. You look it up. Real,
reassess,
real
whatever.
results. He treats it like a business at the
Tax
town of
relief.
Oyster Bay, and he
Yeah,
cares about
I
the
know.
place. He lives
know, and
right
I
in
meet these guys.
Massapequa. I mean, he's a great man, and he's up for
I know
re-election
who's
in November.
real.
So get out. and
Because
vote.
you hang out with these guys.
I know who's real and I know who's fake.
You
It's
know
like-
what? And that's a good thing. I don't want you to stop that. I want you to say what's on your mind and constantly, whether it's political and this and that. So here, Pat Walsh has a retort. Wants about
I saw the retort.
about me. He goes,
Yes.
"Hey Graz, if you want to start changing your ways, start with something small. Maybe stop giving me the finger when I pass your house. You see me." He goes, "I'm on the road with my daughter in the truck." So that's not fair because Pat passes my house all the time.
And you give him the
beeps-
finger.
No, beeps and gives me the finger. So now I'm trying to catch him.
It's starting to sound like that movie Funny
I
Farm.
did it to Craig Wagner the other day.
Yeah.
I heard a beep and I turned around and I looked and I just went like this with the finger. Craig goes, "Did I do something wrong that you gave me the finger?" I go, "Oh, I thought you were Pat Walsh." Because Pat Walsh is the only one that
Nice.
beeps me all the time.
Nice, Pat.
And he gives me the fucking finger.
Yeah.
And now,
Well, I see a pattern here. I mean, Lou Ferriola joined the show tonight with the finger emoji
So
right
why
at you.
why is Pat Walsh giving you the finger? I want to know.
because it's his way of being nice. First of all,
because it's
Way
Graz.
of being nice.
hold on. Loretta.
By the
Del-
way, all those texts,
yeah.
all those texts, that was my way of being nice.
Loretta Delina Giardina is,
Yeah.
is hanging out with us tonight and watching.
Oh, Loretta, how you doing?
I will have to say I saw a picture of her.
Oh, shut up.
She looks great. Bruno, Ann Farrell Gus. Hi, Ann. How are you? She says, "Hi, guys. How's everything?"
I've known Loretta a long, long time, and Loretta is one of the nicest people, best people in the world.
I like Loretta.
Yeah.
I like Loretta a lot. She's a nice person. She's a very
funny,
good
too.
conversationist. She's good people.
Well, I'm glad you're watching, Loretta. When I was younger, she used to like to be called Lori. I don't,
We saw her at that
I don't see her
reunion,
name
right?
on
We
there.
saw her at that. I get everything.
yeah, she was there.
She was there. We took a picture, right? We had some friends there. It was a good time.
And she comes from a great family. And it's just like I used to spend a lot of time at Delina's house with the father and the mother. Her mother's Loretta also, and the father was Michael. And they were the nicest people, the best people in the
I
world.
always got along with.
They
Pat.
were great.
I always got along with Pat
Yeah,
until recently.
Till recently.
Till recently, when I interrupted him at that reunion.
He's
Go ahead. So wait a minute. So a guy from high school.
What reunion?
I was all hyped
It was
up.
like a thing at some bar.
So he's talking to Judy Thorne, who happens to be a very attractive woman. Judy Thorne, and it's him and Judy Thorne talking.
Okay.
And I go, Pat. I'm trying to interrupt him. So I interrupt him, but he goes, "Go ahead."
Yeah, so Pat goes, "Oh, I'm sorry if I didn't stop talking to the beautiful girl so I can say hello to fat fucking Graz."
This is what I get. Fingers. Fat guy. You're a novice.
I went to a concert recently with Pat.
Pardon me for
We went to see Peter Gabriel.
interrupting.
We went to see Peter Gabriel. Pat called me up. He said he had a ticket. You want to go? I was like, yeah, I'll go. So I brought that story up. And he goes,
He goes, "Fucking
he
Graz."
goes, I'm talking to Judy, who I haven't seen in years. You know?
got this
He goes, I'm talking to her, and Pat. And I go, well, I put my hand up like this, and he goes, "Well, you don't want to say hello to me, Pat?" He goes, "Yeah, I want to stop talking to the beautiful girl so I can fucking say hello to fat Graz."
And I went like this. I go, "Wow." I go, "I get it." I walked away.
That was funny as fuck.
Wow.
Because he was like, Pat, when he says something, is like, he just like he can dig into you. He can just freaking dig into you.
So DiFilippo says, "I guess it's give Graz the finger night."
No.
So let's all show Graz some love, and everybody's giving. DiFilippo's giving me the finger. Bruno's giving me the finger. Bruno asking,
Everybody join in.
"Where's the
I
star of the show
accidentally-
tonight?"
Well-
you know, I accidentally I don't know what the fuck happened to me. I was driving by somebody I knew, and I went to wave, and instead of waving, I
gave
gave
him the
him the finger. Just, I don't know where it came from. I just felt like I just went, and I was like, "What the fuck did I just do?"
That was your way of saying hello?
I don't know what made me do that.
Just
I did
kidding.
it.
I got to tell you, if you look on my phone at the text thread with Graz,
Don't.
every time he sends me something, like whether it's a song he wants me to add to the playlist for the show or whatever, just say hello or whatever. I'm going to say 85 to 90% of the time, I get a middle finger emoji attached
So
to the.
this seems
He'll
to be
send
your
me.
MO.
Yes, he'll send me what he needs to send me, and then he'll just give me the finger.
Hey.
Oh! Come sit.
Hey,
you
And
know what?
there- and there-
Come on,
there you go.
sit.
Now you
Come
gotta
on,
come
sit.
sit now.
Now you gotta come sit. You called me out on
gotta
that
say
one.
hello. He
What, you
did.
sitting at home bored?
What's up?
Pat Walsh walking in, gonna hang out with us tonight. Farmingdale's
Pat
Walsh,
Walsh, ladies and gentlemen.
Pat, put your headphones on.
As soon as he said it, I was
Go ahead, talk into the mic. You've been drinking. Have you had a couple of drinks?
Two beers, you prick.
That's how you
Yeah,
started
they brought us
interview.
water.
No, yeah.
Well, I had 2 beers, you prick.
Put your headphones on if you want to
I
listen.
was gonna bring,
Yeah, no.
but I heard the part where you said you guys. I said, all right,
I'm working.
I'll try.
Yeah,
now
we're on
also."
a,
You working
um,
right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to work. He's not. He's been just getting off of feeling not too good. He's kind of trying to stop because if he starts drinking, he doesn't get to work until 10, 11
If I
o'clock.
drink, let's say if I have a couple of drinks on this show and tomorrow morning, I'm like, I can't. I don't want to get up.
You don't need him if you don't want. I wear him because I like to. It's just it makes me look
Well, phone
official.
calls in, Rob.
Yeah.
Well, now that
All
you're
right,
here,
so-
we're going to get loaded with phone calls.
No, I didn't
know.
bring any. I didn't bring because I'm trying to cut down also. I totally stopped drinking during the week, lost a few pounds, but I was fine on my couch. I had 2 beers until, and you threw out the first invite when I said, "Hey, gents," and I was like, I'm comfortable on the couch. It's fine.
Were we entertaining you?
Yeah, of course.
Thank you. I'm just asking.
When he made the comment that I ran into Pat Walsh the other day and he said he doesn't come down anymore because of you, I said, "You son of a bitch, that's not true." And I had to
I said it wasn't
get out of my
true.
feety pajamas and
And speed down here.
and speed down here.
To defend his
I have a
name.
couple of questions for
All
you.
right.
One, how's the house coming?
It's not. Nothing's changed.
he's remodeling his.
I'm doing my kitchen and
He's
and
living
mostly
out of a
myself.
spindle, right? What are you living at?
Mostly myself. Yeah, he saw it when you came for the
Yeah.
bolognese, which, by the way,
Bolognese was fantastic, right?
well, there were some things that I cut out of that recipe that I then the second time around, I added the mushrooms. Oh, it's even better the second time around. I'll make it again.
Listen,
But the
Oh,
kitchen hasn't
love the
changed because
mushrooms.
I'm waiting for my friend, who's a contractor, to send his guys over. But I only get them on a Saturday. I said I'll pay whatever. And it's rained 7 Saturdays now.
yeah, I know.
Well, this was a
yesterday.
beautiful one
I
yesterday.
know, but it was more important that we get on the motorcycle and head up to Cold
I
Spring.
heard.
There you go.
I made him work
Much
in the
more
morning,
important.
Miles McIntyre, who every week listens to the show, and all he says is one thing every week.
Miles
Where's
Mac.
Pat Walsh? Where's Pat Walsh? So, you guys went upstate, didn't you? Or
We went to Cold Spring upstate, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Motorcycle boy.
How far up is that?
Well, the traffic was fucking ridiculous.
How many? Dude,
I'll bet.
Oh,
dude, I went to go visit Emmy yesterday with Melissa. We left at 11 o'clock. We didn't get there till 1:30. Now, mind you, last night
2.5 hours.
Last night we were celebrating our 20th wedding anniversary. So I brought.
send Melissa my condolences.
That's what they said at the party last
Happy
night.
anniversry, Melissa.
So
Happy anniversary.
We're not really sure how you
Bring
did
a
it.
sympathy card.
Yes.
somebody brought a sympathy card.
Okay?
That's great.
So
See the pattern?
Right, like, this
Middle
is what I'm try-
fingers.
This is what I'm
right,
trying to
sympathy
highlight.
card
So,
for an
so I
anniversary.
left, and then you saw my comment while I was driving down?
yes.
Okay.
All right, wait. So you guys wholly off
you know,
track.
I don't know. It must be something with the day. I
You
heard
pass
some-
my house all the time. You give me the finger.
I heard
No, but
something
I
else
didn't
today.
start giving you the finger until you always gave me the finger.
All right. But you now.
So you
because
started it.
So wait, the best part is when I go past his house, and you live where you live, and some people pass your house, and I honk the horn, and he'll just go to wave, but I give him the finger now instead.
Yeah. So you tell me
Well,
because
because it was
Let me ask you a question. Have you ever passed his house and seen him doing yard work?
I play with the dog a lot.
He does play with the
I
dog.
play with
That
the
doesn't
dog.
make you nervous.
He will not go anywhere near that. He will not, unless I tell him to go across the street. He will not go.
Oh,
any-
no leash.
He will not go anywhere near that. He won't even. He comes in my car. I wipe the car every day. He comes in the car, he hangs out, and then I wipe it when he gets out.
Right.
I keep it clean. He
The,
will.
the car you're working.
Yes. I wipe it down every time.
wipes
I,
it down,
dog
Bob.
in here.
I never. You know what? I should keep.
No,
my
it
mouth
doesn't. Shut up and sit down. We'll get there eventually.
Yeah, yeah.
He won't go anywhere. All right, so traffic-wise, it took me 2.5 hours to get to Rider University to go see Emma. We have lunch with her and her girlfriend, Trinity, from Farmingdale High
Excuse
School.
me, driver, is there dog shit in the back?
We hang out with my daughter. It takes us 2 hours and 15 minutes to go to my sister-in-law's to change to go out to dinner. 5 minutes away from my sister-in-law to have dinner. My two sister-in-laws, all my wife's cousins. Gabrielle, her best friend, and my closest friend,
This
John.
is for your anniversary.
Yeah, John DeLutri and his wife Roseanne. So 15 of them. Cousin Paul, cousin Jimmy, Lauren, Stephanie was there, Eugene and Danielle. It was a good time. It took us. We got there. We were supposed to start eating dinner at 8 o'clock. We weren't sitting down to eat until 8:35. By the time we got out of there, it was 11 o'clock. We didn't get home until 12:30, quarter to 1 in Long Island last night. So I basically spent about 6 hours in traffic yesterday. And my friend Tommy Brinkshell was saying that his buddy was coming from upstate, and what normally takes him 2 hours took him 4.5 hours.
Yeah, that's exactly it. So from Cold Spring, it's supposed to be about an hour and a half.
And you're on a motorcycle.
On a motorcycle. And so we normally don't. We're not these guys that are in between lanes, miles. Never. Miles. But we're not a fan of splitting. They call them split lanes. In between your cars. I'm not. I don't like it, and I always did. But especially since I started riding a motorcycle, if I see a motorcycle coming up behind me, I let him through. I don't want to hit my car. I don't want to hit him. I don't want split the lanes.
I want motorcycle drivers to start taking the rules of the road into their own personal.
I think you guys do, correct? I think you guys.
Well,
I'm
that's what
sick
he's
of
saying.
people leaving in and out of my car. I'm fucking tired of it.
I agree.
Because I feel like, holy shit, and then they go, one goes by, then there's like 3 more coming.
Yes.
We've been talking about it a lot.
Well, those are the
how
pocket roads.
We were on the motorcycles, and on the Spring Brook, we had 4 guys on the they're not Harley Davidsons, whatever you want to call them. I don't want to, but they whiz by us, like by other motorcycle lines. Whiz, and cutting in between us.
We've been
Right.
talking about how
Ninjas.
I'm actually tell clients now I'm scared.
Well, yeah,
I am and even Chris Horowitz helped me out 2 weeks ago. He goes, holy shit. He goes, he hasn't driven for me in 3 years. He did some personal work for me 2 weeks ago. He even said, holy shit, it's changed dramatically. Yeah. Because all
I
this.
want a button on my car where I can spray water on them as they go by me and through on the.
as a
just a
motorcycle
little-
rider, I disagree.
I would disagree with that.
Well, then don't weave through my car.
No, I said we don't split lanes. We don't do that. So it took us. The point is, we can address how some guys on motorcycles are, but my point just was the traffic was. It was with no traffic. It's about an hour and a half. It's only like 80 miles.
Talk it to the mic, please.
It's only about. Sorry.
Well, I want them to hear you.
You're in
dude.
big trouble.
It's only about
Yeah,
80
big trouble.
miles or something like that.
Where to where?
Cold Spring.
Cold Spring,
It's
New
off
York.
the Taconic, yeah.
Exit. What exit is
That's
that?
downtown.
I go out to Newburgh a lot, and I go out to Yorktown Heights a lot.
We're all
So the
happy
guy
to know
leading
that.
Steve took us on some route that I didn't. It was nice and included in the Taconic, which I'm not normally a fan of because it's a dangerous road.
All right, so Ann Rodney
is.
says,
That's a
hello,
tough
Pat.
road.
Hello,
Good
Ann.
to see
Lot of
you.
shifting on
Pat,
that road.
Pat fucking Walsh from Bruno Capolo. Chris Smith says hello. Ann Rodney giving me the finger. Ann Rodney jumping in.
There you go.
Hey, Chris, nice to see you from Ann Rodney. Pat Walsh, Rice Rockets.
No.
Rice rocket.
What's a rice rocket?
That's,
I don't know.
that's
Yeah,
those
the-
other
the-
types of
the-
motorcycles,
yeah,
the
the
Ninjas, the
Yamahas and the
Kawasaki's,
Ninjas, the Kawasaki.
yeah.
The good thing about you showing us, I'm leaving early, so you guys will all hang out and end the show. I'm going to get. We're going to do something for Bobby Lucero.
Well, he's right there. He can hear you.
Okay, so
If you
We're gonna
try, 'cause
whisper
you
now.
always-
We're gonna
I
do
didn't-
something for
I thought
Bobby
he was-
Lucero.
we're
I thought he walked out.
We're gonna
so-
sing Happy Birthday to Bobby
do
Lucero
something.
without
Yeah,
him knowing it.
something
It's gonna be a surprise.
Limo Talk, it's me, Ins 41. Share the show, please. Give us a like. I see you out there, Ann Rodney. I see you, Chris Smith. Tell Taz her shirt's on her way, all right? Ann Rodney,
Everybody's
your
got a shirt coming.
Well, Ann Rodney's got her shirt coming. Taz has got her shirt coming. Bruno's got a shirt coming. Louis Gatto, who wants to come on and hang out with us again. 93-year-old Lou Gatto's got one. And my pal who shares the show more than anybody, our big supporter, is Greg DiFilippo. He's got a shirt coming out to him.
Di
All right, let me
Filippo.
All right, we got
right, good
Bobby
night.
Lucero celebration. So
Where's he going?
I think he's going to get something. He's going to go get a
Rich.
surprise cake that
Oh.
Bobby knows nothing about.
Is he going to jump out of a cake?
Yeah, he's
It's-
gonna jump
oh
out- if he
God,
jumps
no!
out
Then
of
I'm
the
going back home.
That would be a big cake,
He said
Bob.
it's a big cake.
You're right. That would
That
be
would
a
be
big
called. That would be called a cakey knoll.
cake. That's like one of the sod farms. It's a big,
Yes.
vast area of cake.
Where are your knives? He yells from the bathroom, from the back room.
Second drawer on the left.
Sounds good.
Yeah. It would have to be.
So no, we don't split lanes. Just to keep the conversation going.
Well, no, it just drives me crazy.
It
I
does.
drive. I'm on the Parkway, and I got guys weaving in and out of my car, and they go from the left side and the right
Especially
side.
the Bell Parkway.
And I've had enough. I really have. It's just
Yeah.
like I'm at a point where it's just like total disregard for any traffic laws, and somebody's gonna blame me if I change the lane, and some of these guys gets hit. Fuck that.
That's why I always move out of the way. I'm not a fan of it. I don't agree with it, but I move. You know, if I'm in the left lane and they're coming in between the left and middle lane, I'll move to the left if I see them coming.
All right, so that's because you ride, but I don't ride.
I think even. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I think even before I rode, I just did like I don't agree with what you're doing, but I don't want you to hit my car. I don't want to hit you. I don't want to be accused of hitting you.
Yeah, you just
Yeah, but I
want
have
to
an
get
old
out
car. I
of the way.
don't really care.
Yeah, if I had an older car, maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
I would
So
just
you got a
kinda
new car. You worried about it?
Scooch in a little bit, just to make it a little more uncomfortable for them,
Yeah.
Until they're under your wheels, and then all of a sudden.
Yeah, then it's a problem, But until then, everything's fine. Especially the Bell Parkway. Like, I'm on the Bell Parkway a fair amount, to Staten Island and stuff. But even there, it's worse. Do you think the Southern State is bad? Bell Parkway is like insane, and not even just the motorcycles.
Southern
I'm
State
talking-
Parkway was not intended for
No.
any kind of speed
No.
or anything like that.
No.
That was supposed to be a scenic
neither was
route.
the Belt.
Bell Parkway is way too narrow.
Yeah.
And it's the only way to get to Staten Island or whatever. But it's just a disaster.
It is. There's 3 lanes on the Belt. Like, do you think about the 3 lanes on the Southern State, how wide it is? And then you think about the Bell Parkway has 3 lanes? It's like there's no margin.
When I first
for
started
error.
driving, the Parkway that used to really freak me the hell out was the Interborough.
Interborough. Yeah.
I'd be like, oh my god,
Coming down.
I felt like it was on
on
a
that-
I felt like
yeah.
it was on a racetrack, like the little cars with the racetrack.
Well, there's
Hot
that.
Wheels.
There's that turn. There's that one turn at the bottom of the hill
Yup,
Yeah.
bad.
that you don't even think 2 cars could actually fit, even
No.
if you're both in your lane,
Right.
because it's such a hairpin turn.
Yeah.
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 Robert Moses, they should dig him up and hang him.
He was an idiot.
Yeah.
Well, you know what?
His thing was to make it look nice.
Well,
He
so
wanted
it
me
wasn't
to drive
necessarily to
and
be-
always see trees,
Right.
like, see brush.
I don't know if this is the technical definition, but from what I remember, my dad or someone, the reason why it's called a parkway is because every
Supposed to see the park.
Supposed to see
ended
you
at a
driving
park,
through a
Big
park.
one, right? It ends at Heckscher Park.
Is he gonna sit?
Look, he's joining our show.
Look at this! Wow! Out of retirement,
Oh.
Bobby Lucero, 1 year older.
Well, let's sing
Happy
birthday to you. All together now. Birthday to you. Happy birthday, Bobby Lucero. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you
Wow,
very
that
much.
was
Thank
good.
you very much.
That was pretty good.
We are good.
Yeah, we could do a acapella.
Um,
When's that open mic night? Thursdays.
Right now.
Right.
This is how we blow on
What are you,
candles.
this is what are you doing? He's got to blow out the candles. Why?
Did you make a wish? You know what? Honestly, I will never eat a cake where somebody put trick candles on it, because you get some little kid just blowing out the candles, spitting all the fuck all over the cake, trying to blow out the trick candles. I'm like, nah, I'm out. No way.
We have a great view of the back of your jacket, Grass.
I didn't hear what you were saying, and then why did I do that in half again? How do you want to cut it?
Look at
Does
this.
everybody get a sample? Does everybody get a little piece?
This is like Snickers fun size over here.
But what if you, Rich? What do you want?
I don't care. Whatever you throw on a plate, I'll enjoy since it's Bob's
When
birthday.
did why did the birthday song go from just a
Thank
regular
you.
birthday song to all of a sudden like an Enrico Palazzo version?
We decided
try to put a little.
He likes to do it,
and
and I like
start
to do
we
doing-
it.
amped it up.
Yeah, we amp it up.
You
a
just
little.
sang it regular. These two all of a sudden got a
No,
little
I did
mafia
that.
on it.
I
Oh,
did that.
Get another piece. That's for you. This is your birthday. I don't
I
care.
heard it from them.
All right, go. I just want one piece.
Yeah, it's Bobby's birthday. Can I have a spoon?
What do you want?
Obscure music.
Yeah,
Oh.
we didn't
What
get
do you-
kicked
what
off.
do you- Like what?
But can I ask you something?
you.
I have to ask you one question.
What was
What's
obscure?
going on with YouTube?
I don't remember.
I am shitting the bed on YouTube lately. my numbers is shit in the bed.
I got bad numbers.
Instagram
Maybe
is
because
fantastic. YouTube.
you're
I'm
giving
starting
everyone
on
the finger.
Minds. I'm on Minds now. Rumble.
Mine.
Could have something to do with it.
Oh,
Oh.
wow.
Oh, so that
here
kind
we
of
go.
leaves us out of the viewing.
I just gave you
Yikes.
cake. So tell him what he says.
I
when
just
he,
gave
Take
you
the cake back.
tell him
You
what
know, I got a little gripe here with this too.
Uh-oh.
I got a gripe.
Go ahead. You're
Cake is meant to be eaten with a fork.
Or your
He
hand.
didn't have any forks.
All right, just saying.
He
I
doesn't-
always eat cake with a fork. I never eat with a spoon.
Tell him the story about what Bobby
So what, you
said
can't
about
eat
his
it because
costume.
there's no fork?
Tell him the story about what Bobby said.
That's not why.
costume.
I can't eat it because I have.
Oh, so Bobby, we come in, and Graz asked Bobby Lucera.
It looks like urine from when you're online.
Apparently,
Facebook.
Michelle Asta had like a little Halloween get together last night.
Shindig.
We were invited.
Shindig?
We were invited.
We were invited, but couldn't make it. I guess. Well, I know I couldn't, but
Yeah, no,
So-
I did respond.
so
Yes.
So Graz
I
says to
responded.
Bobby,
I
"What
had my
what did you
party.
go as?" So Bobby says, "Oh, I don't know. I just went I went as I ended up putting a dildo on my head and going to the party." So Graz says, "Well, what were you like? What costume is that? Just having a dildo on your head?" And he goes, "I was the average of every podcast here at Strong Island TV." That was
Can you come here for a minute?
that's what he said.
Taz wants
So
to
we
have
start-
a drawing of you.
So we start laughing and say, "That's the average of all the podcasts here is a dildo on your head."
Look.
That was his
Move
costume.
over.
That's
Get out
good
of
to
there,
say
get
to
out.
paying customers.
No, get in. Get in. Middle. Go in the middle. Taz, take a picture of that guy right there. Just smile, Bobby. That's it.
Go ahead, Taz.
That's it. You don't have to be
Screenshot.
there for more. You can leave. Thank you.
You can
Bye,
go now,
happy-
Bobby.
We're gonna need that.
Look what he does to people.
Miles is watching the show.
Okay. Hi, Miles.
What's up,
Thanks.
Miles?
Wow.
How's he feeling? Seemed
Well,
pretty good last
when he
week.
saw the birthday celebration.
You saw cake?
Yeah, and he texted me, "Keep eating, fatty."
Keep eating fatty.
Yeah.
Sure that was meant for you?
I was gonna say, could have been talking to me.
Or me.
No.
No,
See-
not Graz.
You think it was right that ESPN put the Knicks second best? So I was coming into the
Well,
city
let's
to go to
explain
work.
what it was. The Knicks
Are
were
on
ESPN, on the
98.7.
98.7.
Yep.
And the game
Game one.
one of the World Series
It was on
Phenomenal,
10:50
phenomenal
was on
game, by the
10:50
way.
a.m.
It was on 10:50
Great
a.m. You
game.
could barely hear it.
game.
You could barely hear it.
all crackly and shit.
Yeah, it's so I'm fascinated by the fact that they broadcast the second game of a regular season Knick game over the game one of the
No,
2023
What's
World
going
Series.
on now?
I'm gonna tell you why.
This is insane.
I'm gonna tell you why.
Go.
Here's my theory.
Go.
That's ESPN New York. They're gonna put on the New York featured game, which would be the Knick game, over a Texas Ranger Arizona Diamondback World Series. That's how they would prioritize that.
Yes.
It's ESPN New York. That's not ESPN National. ESPN New York will put the
Well,
Knick
I
game
gotta
on.
say they probably do consider 1050 their main location on the dial.
Well, it was for
It was originally.
originally.
That's
where
and
I
I
started.
forgot about it. The
That's
only
where
way
I started
Well, I
listening.
forgot
Listening to
about
it.
it. I didn't never listen
I
to
only
it.
do 98.
Well, the only reason why I will listen to it because I wanted to listen to the World Series.
You know, I still go nuts trying to find the Islander games on the radio.
God bless you.
God bless. You know they're upset that
Bob.
it's Texas, Arizona. The powers that be, marking and all
Well,
that.
Texas to me is okay. I guess.
Well,
I don't see.
I don't
I'm at
see
a point
why.
now. I am tired of these semi-mediocre teams making it to the World Series.
No, what you're tired is the wild card team.
I don't like it.
because the wild card team has made the
When
World
there was
Series
one
2 years in
wild
a row.
card, when there was one wild card, and they had to play the one game.
Yep.
Or before that, when they just had to play the second. There were just 4 teams making it from each league.
Yep.
That was better to me.
But wait, what
But-
don't you like about it?
I don't like that a team. You think about how many games you have to win the World Series. You get hot. You got for a wild card team. You have to win 13 games.
Right.
Right? 13 games. You can lose 9. So you're going to tell me you're going to go 13-9. Any team could go 13-9 at any time during the course of a season and still lose 70.
Not the Mets,
75% of
apparently.
their games, for Christ's
Okay.
sake. You know.
Well, wouldn't that be an easier task for better teams like the Dodgers or the
Right.
Brewers?
You would
or-
think,
I
but
would-
teams get hot.
Okay.
A team
Oh,
gets hot
okay.
out of nowhere.
Oh, well, too bad for you.
Yeah, but Atlanta
Go
dominated.
take your ball and go home.
Come on, that's
You weren't good enough.
wait.
You didn't play
Atlanta
good enough.
Atlanta dominated that entire
Wait, what are you
season.
talking
The
about?
best teams in baseball and not playing in the World Series. They're not.
I disagree.
The Atlanta Braves and the
I
Baltimore
disagree.
Orioles were the best teams in baseball.
I think the Baltimore
Well,
Orioles are going
over
to be
the course of the season, maybe.
They were. They earned it. Why?
Well, how
My
did-
next question is, then why play
How did they
162
not earn
games?
it?
No.
So you're saying the Rangers and the Diamondbacks didn't earn being there?
I actually have a problem with the Rangers being in it. I have a big problem with the Diamondbacks at 84 wins. I really do.
I agree. I think Texas played great all year,
Well-
and they deserve to be in.
Well, then go back to eliminating the wild cards.
Not
Less teams will
eliminating
get
wild.
in.
Too many wild cards. Too many.
Well, eliminate the what? They got in on what? The third wild card?
I
Or
want to
the
see it
second?
made difficult for the wild card team to pull this off. And I liked the one
Come
game
on.
play.
The road Arizona took to get to the World
I
Series
liked
was
the one
difficult.
Game, the one game play-in I thought was great.
Well, that's a different argument. But I'm saying you can't say they didn't
But
have
it
a
puts you at a
difficult road.
disadvantage. It did, and it means you had going to be hard. And if you got there, you deserved it because you really worked hard to get it. And you had to take your best pitcher and put it in the play-in game and go out and play somebody else.
Listen,
you got
you could say them winning games 6 and 7 in Philly was the hardest part of that series.
100%.
Okay, you can't tell me they didn't have a hard way to get there. I mean, they won these games.
I didn't say they didn't have a hard time getting there, but I'm saying the Mets this year could have won 2 out of 3 out of the Phillies or 4 out of 7 for the Phillies.
Yeah,
Could have.
could have.
They don't deserve to be there though.
Right.
Either the Diamondbacks.
What's going on with him?
He's got a
I
sneezing
don't know. I
fit.
think he's got.
Dude, you all right?
I think he's got.
Was it the cake?
Yeah, I gave him a cake, and he hasn't stopped sneezing since I gave him the cake. And this one don't clean up after himself.
Oh, my-
He's got his drool sitting right in front of him.
Why
Then
did I come down?
You're on the air. People can see the little schmutz.
No
in front
one
of you.
sees this
So
little
I look-
schmutz.
So I said to him, I go, clean it up.
maybe
He
they
goes,
can.
he goes, I will. I
I'll stay home next
They
time,
can
Pat.
actually.
I go, now.
Pat could have stayed in his
Hey,
feet.
where's Pat Walsh? We haven't seen him in 6 weeks. I wonder why. You know, maybe you need to make sure you watch this show tomorrow. You okay? Don't just like and then forget about it until next week.
I listen to
watch
the
the show and
okay.
maybe do a little self-reflection.
I've already reflected.
Self-reflection.
All I wanted you to do is clean.
Okay, I will.
Take your
Then
fucking
no one
finger and just
saw
put it up there. I don't
I'm
want
not
pictures.
Take
taking
your
my
finger
finger. When I
and put
get
it
a
up there.
napkin or paper towel, I'll clean it.
Let's isolate
Go in
that.
the back.
Jesus
They're
Christ.
not. They're
I'm
not.
not, I'm not
Oh,
sure
my
if I
God.
shouldn't have come in all or bought a 12-pack.
12-pack. So go ahead. What were you saying?
No,
Football.
you totally
All right.
ambushed the conversation.
Football with a 17-game, 16-game schedule, and way back when it was a 14-game schedule, you needed the extra teams because teams could have a miserable 3-week period where somebody was injured or whatever, and they just fall out. So you got to get teams in there. You got a short schedule. It's 1/10 of a baseball season. 1/10 is what they play. So yeah, I understand getting a lot more teams in there, and they only play once a week. Baseball's playing 162 games for what purpose? What purpose? So that you can go out to the playoffs. You realize back in the day, the American League and National League, if you finish first in the American League and you finish first in the National
That's
League,
it. 4
you're in the
teams.
World Series.
4 teams.
That's
Yeah.
it. There was 8 teams in each league.
It's gonna
8.
It's gonna expand to more soon.
No,
No,
it's
I
not.
don't think baseball will.
Nah.
Well, I heard baseball's coming to Nashville. I heard they're adding one more.
Doesn't mean they're going to be in
It
the
doesn't mean
playoffs.
they extend its playoffs.
They're going to add 2 more teams. I heard they might.
They
add,
should add 2 more teams.
Okay, and I heard they're going to add one. I heard they're going to add one
Nashville's
more
one.
participant per each.
That's enough. Enough is enough.
Well, it's about money.
So bottom line is this: don't play 162 games schedule anymore. You got to chop it down. You want to have these playoffs? All right, great. Do these playoffs. Start them at the end of September, last week of September, and play through October, and that's it. You know, playing baseball in November is a little fucked up. I mean, we're going all the way through the whole month of October now, when World Series were decided by now.
Well, your boy Bruno says you're right, Bobby Inns. It should just be the 2 teams. Teams would now have to play. What the hell? I can't read this.
Yeah, we noticed.
It should just be the top teams. Teams would now have to play hard to get into the playoffs instead of playing for the wild card. MLB put
And
the
they
wild
do
card.
aim at the wild card now.
I don't know.
Well, they did do it to make more money.
And the
Yes, of
NFL
course they
did
did
too.
it to
Yeah,
make more money.
yes.
And guess
NFL
who's,
is
and guess
to
who's
me it's
lobbying?
necessary.
But guess who's lobbying for that more money? The MLB owners of these wild card teams. Why
course
wouldn't
they
they?
are.
Of course.
They don't
Why
care
wouldn't
about
they?
the integrity of the game.
No, well, they listen. They do and they don't. They do and because it affects their pocketbook.
I'm going to finish 20 games ahead of the Arizona Diamondbacks
And then lose to
lose them in the playoffs.
I know.
Fuck outta here.
I got a problem with
Yeah.
that. I do.
Why?
Because
You
You
lost.
played the whole. It's not that you lost.
well,
Anybody
so-
on any given
So
day.
wait, are you supposed to just not play them?
Right.
No, you play somebody who's worthy.
All right, but let me ask you something.
Go ahead.
Is Dave Roberts a good manager?
No. Doesn't matter whether he's a good manager.
It
though.
does.
So it's not the
Sure.
Dodgers' fault that they lost.
It's not
That's
the
the
Dodgers?
Dodgers starting pitching was for shit. Every
sure.
single
Oh, and-
starter
and
crap.
by the way,
spit the bid and crap the
Can
bed.
we talk about what the fuck they did to? Sorry.
From
you're allowed to
from Kershaw on down.
No, that's how the show started.
we're trying not to.
By the way-
We're
by the
trying
way,
not to curse.
I'm totally on board with everything he said in the first 15, 20
But
minutes.
whose
The
fault?
Dodgers should be
But
in
whose
the-
fault is that? So the
hold
Dodgers
on.
win
Wait a
94
minute.
games.
Yes,
Hold
and-
on. Their starting pitching
They won 100.
spits the bit.
Right.
They win 107 games. Whatever they win. Their starting pitching completely craps the bed when they get to the playoffs.
Right.
So the Diamondbacks should be punished for that?
No, the Diamondbacks don't belong there.
Okay.
But the point is,
They do belong there.
back in the day,
They would've
when they
never
had
made-
the
they
four
would've never made
divisions, the Dodgers.
I understand that. They
Dodgers
would've
would have
made it.
played the
But we're not-
Braves.
We're not back in the day. We're
No.
here today.
Well, I'm having a problem with it.
I don't see the
I
problem.
don't agree with it.
I don't see what there's not to agree with.
Mediocre teams that just barely finished over 500.
I wouldn't say
making
they're
the play-
mediocre. Arizona was in first place for a long time.
No,
and then
Texas was in first place.
I don't
for a
think
long
they
time.
were. They
Both
weren't a
Texas
mediocre
dominated
team.
from the beginning.
both teams were in. Arizona was in first place for a long time.
No, they weren't.
Arizona most certainly
the
was.
West?
Absolutely, in the beginning of the season.
Oh, okay.
So
Mets were
when-
in the,
so the
Mets were in
beginning-
first place last year, the
Wow.
whole season,
Wow.
and they blew it at the end.
You know
They
what?
blew
Listen,
it.
for two
You
reasons.
blew it.
Hey,
You blew it. You had your chance. You blew it.
They all blew it.
Your big supporter says hello. Fran,
Brewers blew it.
Fran Gatto says hello. Oh, and by the way, Greg DiFilippo says we are being watched in Alberta, Canada tonight. There we go.
Hello, Ken. I hope the
day,
Expos
eh?
get a new team.
okay.
I hope Montreal
Come on,
gets a
now
new
it's
team.
good
I
stuff.
do.
I
I
don't know the rest
really
of the
do.
words.
That's where I wanted to see before. You was talking about Nashville getting a team, and I think Canada's going to get a
Land
team.
I think so. I would like to see Montreal.
syrups.
and
Right.
free.
Time out.
Well, hold on 1 second here. Hold on 1 second. When it was the American League East, American League West, National League East, National League West, team finished first place. They went to the American League Championship Series, the National League Championship Series. It was the playoffs. That was it. The winner goes to the World Series. Perfect. Perfect. Because the Dodgers right now would have just played the Braves,
That is a question.
right? And they would have gone to the team that won. I would have had no problem with going to the World Series. No problem, either one. Even if Kershaw pitches a shitty game or a good game, at least he blew it against a team that was worthy
His
of being
ERA
there.
in the first game was 129. Did you see
What's
that?
the difference?
Kershaw?
If he
Yeah.
if he blew the game against the team that won 90
I don't care
games,
because the
or a team that won
Arizona
84
Diamondbacks-
games.
What place did the Arizona Diamondbacks?
So let me ask you. Hold on.
Wait,
Let me find that out
Kershaw's
for you.
ERA was like Israeli's son in Cortland, 12.25. Just so you know.
No, it was not. It was like 129. He gave up 6 runs in less than an inning in the
That's
first.
kind of like what Zach does in
It's a little
Cortland.
closer to what
know what?
Zach's ERA
It's a
is.
joke. He accepts it. He doesn't mind it. It went from. It started at 5.75 and now it's up to 12.
I'm not.
Bobby,
I am
Bobby,
far
hold on,
from
Bobby,
the
if you're the-
minority on this, and people are fed up with these fucking mediocre teams making the playoffs.
Bobby,
and going
if
to
you're
World
the
Series.
second, say in 1986, you're the second team behind the Mets, but you're better than Houston. No, who was
Houston
it?
won 98 games that year and went to the playoffs. Yeah.
That is a bad example.
It's a bad
No,
example.
I'm saying, how about a
The
year?
second place team was, I think, the Phillies that year, and they finished 22 games out of first place.
22 bill. Well, the Mets won 108.
108.
Right. Okay. So what about the years where the second
Sometimes
best
it
team
They finished second in the division.
is better than the winner of another division?
Yeah, but the point is, too, you remember the schedule. You can't tell me how you can figure out whether a team in one division was better than a team in another division because you played your own division 90 times
Yeah.
and the other division 72 times. So you had most of your games within your own division,
Right, it
so
was
you
what,
earned
it
your
was
division
18 back in
title.
the day.
Now you're only playing the team in your division
12 or 13 times?
You're only playing 50 games in your own division.
Right.
Yes. That I don't agree with.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
That bothers me. That
I
they
see,
don't
but I
play.
think that balances things out.
If you can do it, if you can say, hey, listen.
Well, it doesn't. It doesn't.
Oh my God! If you can say, hey, listen, I played all my games in this division, like the 1973 Mets, played 90 games in their own division, right? But
Right.
they only finished with an 83-79 record.
So you don't think like what the Phillies wouldn't have made it if they would have played Atlanta more?
No, they
With-
would not have.
Because the Phillies only had 90 wins. Atlanta had 104.
Hey,
They would not have made it if they played more games against Atlanta. Would not have made it.
Teresa Farrell walking in. Come here, Teresa. Say hello to everybody because you're going to be sitting there until I leave. Yeah, nobody can see you. Keep your boobs are hanging out. Of course. All right, good. What's going on? Where were you?
Was this a Halloween party?
You had Michelle Astor's?
I didn't know they brought back Laugh In. That's what it looks like. The Laugh In out. Are you going to open
It
the window?
does. Or the dating game.
Oh.
I'm leaving in 10 minutes, so you just sit there and hang out and
no.
take my spot, okay? I'm leaving. I got to go to work. No. You did. You did not. Well, I'm going to work, so that's why she'll accept me in in a T-shirt and a pair of sweatpants. I don't think she'll accept me in Mickey Mouse ears and stuff like that. You know what I mean? All right, Teresa Farrell tomorrow night. Tea time with Teresa, 8 o'clock. Squeegee will be on right now.
Mike Bot says,
Who's tomorrow night?
please leave, Gross.
You know, Mike Bot, kiss my. Please,
Voted off the island.
listen,
All
Mike
right,
Bot.
let me just go. Let me go
Hold on,
back
Bruno-
to the beginning.
Ignore your baseball.
Let me go
Hold
back
on.
to
No,
forget
no,
about
no.
baseball.
Because I want to get back to
I'm
something
go
with the
back
Dodgers.
to.
I
I
gotta
am going to go
answer-
back to the way people talk to you.
I gotta
I'm
answer
going to go
Bruno.
back to the
Go
way
ahead.
people talk to you. You get upset if I talk to you like this, or when somebody talks to you like this. You get upset when everybody talks to you, but everybody talks to you like this. This is what I'm trying to explain to you. This is what you bring out in people. Either you like it.
I can't stand it.
Are you self-deprecating?
No, I'm not. Well, from here to standpoint, wait. Come on, Pat. You know I'm a totally different person when I'm around you all the time. It's not radio shtick at all. I know how to fucking turn it on and off. I'm doing this for fucking 12 years.
Here we go.
Okay?
Here we go.
I work with the best in the industry from day one. I know how to turn it on and off a little bit. Yes, I do get it often. But
what
I
you
do get a
bring
lot.
out.
I get a lot of love. I get a little hate, but I get a lot of love from the Valley Stream North people, the Farmingdale people, Teresa's gang, and everything else. Maybe minus Kristen Tinsey. But besides that,
Oh, add that to the list.
Kristen
Add that to the
Tinsley.
list.
Oh, I already added that to the list. She's not talking to me either.
I'm
It's
sure she's
okay. I can mention her name. I love her. She knows I love her. She hates me.
Oh, well. Anyway, moving on.
Moving on. Yeah.
Maybe that was a bad
I'm in
example.
trouble. She's going to get a text. Yeah, I told you to leave my name out of your mouth.
Was she Will Smith?
Get my wife's name.
Out your mouth.
Out your fucking mouth. My contribution
So-
to this baseball conversation, watch the Yogi Berra movie on Netflix. That's from Fran Gatto.
Thank you.
Have you watched the Yogi Berra?
Can I?
Yes, I know.
No,
Bruno,
I haven't.
Bruno-
But what does that got to do with it?
Well, she said that's her. That's who's adding in the conversation. That's her give to the
Can I make a quick comment
ahead.
about the Dodgers?
Go ahead.
So
The
I
Dodgers.
love the
Please.
fact that they got knocked out.
I
and
do
there
too,
was
I
a
hate
meme.
them.
I do. And there was a meme because they had satanic ritual night.
I agree, though. That's fine,
So
but I'm
the,
just-
the Babylon
Did
Bee
they really?
said, well, maybe if they spent a little less time talking about satanic.
I don't like the Dodgers, but I want to see a credible
and
team beat
spend
them.
more time on baseball. They would have also what they did to Trevor Bauer and what the Major League Baseball did to Trevor Bauer was
Wrong.
an absolute disgrace.
They
They
judged him
ruined
before,
that man. That
they
woman
judged
Turn
him
that over.
before they
and
had the
baseball
evidence.
ruined that man. Trevor
And he
Bauer.
did nothing wrong.
She
She fabricated the whole
She
thing.
fabricated
Yeah.
the whole thing, and he lost over $40 million worth of his money.
In a
Yeah.
year,
80
no, a
million.
His
year.
name is
80
Squash.
A year. He lost.
His name is
80
Squash,
million.
like my name, which
Squash.
you guys squashed. He can't.
You're not making $80 million anymore either.
I'm not making $8.
And they finally
It's
got
costing me.
Rich. Did you see
Right.
everything?
You're
Did
gonna
you
sue.
see
By
about
the way, there's another person. There's another kid from Farmingdale making money at podcasting now. That's two up on Graz. So Jeremy Horowitz up at Utica University.
Yes.
Now getting paid to do play-by-play. Okay, for the Utica Pioneers. Actually, check Twitter. Okay, the other night,
Play it.
Saturday night.
Play it, fine.
I could play it. Jeremy makes
Jeremy Horowitz
a
is
call on an overtime
Related
game-winning
to
goal.
Jay?
No, Chris Horowitz, who's
No,
come in
my,
here before,
my
my
buddy's
friend.
son.
He knows him. We know him very well. His son goes to Utica, play baseball. But he's been taking communications. He likes it. He likes us. He listens to us. He listens to little Mikey LaGerfo. He's now broadcasting for the girls' hockey team. The
Getting paid.
varsity hockey team getting paid to do it.
Whatever
I
it
said,
takes.
dude, you're getting paid.
Right.
He's getting
Hey,
paid.
go
Look
Graz.
at the,
There's
look at
somebody
the
else
biggest
getting paid.
success story right out of Valley Stream.
Yeah.
All right, I'll tell you right now.
Who?
Keith
Oh,
Rad, who's on
the Mets.
on doing the Met games.
somebody got hit by a car. I don't know if it was him or the other guy got hit by
Oh,
either him or his partner. I don't know. What's the other guy's name?
Howie Rose.
No, it was There was three of them. It was Keith Rad, Howie Rose, and the third guy. One of those guys got hit by a car in the last 2 weeks. They were talking about.
Well, it wasn't Keith. I don't
And
know.
then if it wasn't Keith, it's the other guy. I'll find his name out.
But he's the guy from
He's
Valley
successful.
Stream,
Yeah.
and he's announcing Met games. He's 29 years old.
On what channel? On what?
On his the Mets
On
channel.
FAN.
CBS.
He's on FAN.
Oh, an FAN.
No,
Yeah.
the Mets aren't on FAN anymore.
The Mets are on. Oh, yeah, he's right. He's
CBS.
WCBS. Well, 88 is part of Odyssey, which Odyssey is the
Right,
part
but he's
of
on
the.
FAN.
I got it right here.
All right, you got here. Listen to this call by Jeremy Horowitz.
Turn the music down. Yeah.
All right. Jeremy Horowitz. Make sure you put it to
Telling
the
you
top.
what to do.
Score one. Make it 3-1 for Pioneers. Here comes Whitney with Barrett. Whitney shot. Maybe wins it. Touchdown.
Huh? Oh, you couldn't hear it?
No.
I heard it from over there.
Yeah, I heard
I
it.
thought I heard it from. I want to hear it better. That's all.
Yeah. And then the guy picks him right up, right when he's done.
How old is he?
19.
That's
Sophomore.
That's him right now.
That's
This
Jeremy.
is a story
Utica
like-
University. This is
See,
his
this is like
play-by-play.
Vince
The girls
Scully.
overtime winner for a girls hockey team,
See, this is like.
and they're good.
See, people don't realize how Vince Scully did it for 66 years.
Yeah.
He started when he was like 20.
He was the best.
Really good.
Give me 1 minute. I'm out of here. All right, folks. Catch us on Facebook and Twitter,
Great job,
YouTube,
Jay.
YouTube, Rumble, LinkedIn, Minds now, Roku, Spreaker, GothamGoldGraz.com, Ins41.com, and now we're going on Instagram. Please join us. Share the show if you can. Say a like. Give me the finger tonight, Mike Bott. You didn't give me the finger. All right.
Yes. Mike Bott, please give Graz the finger.
Teresa Farrell is going to come hang out with the boys now for the next 26 minutes. We are on next week. Comedian Christy Miller, who opened for Dice Clay, is going to do our 10 at 10 next Sunday night. Happy birthday to Bobby Lacera. Bobby, I hope all your wishes and dreams come true. Thank you, everybody, from my bottom of my heart for listening to
You got
the
wishes
show.
and dreams, Bobby?
All right.
Yep.
Oh, he's behind me.
Are you leaving?
Yeah, I just wanted to say one thing about this baseball thing.
Oh, go ahead.
All right? I think you did a
Yeah, I-
fantastic job. Explain it in short. I don't want to go nuts on
No,
it. But what you have in my day and my birthday on Sunday, February 4th, 2024. Now, wait. We're thinking and trying to get Saturday, February 3rd as our next comedy night for the Green Dogs, which will be my birthday. We'll have a birthday night and have a good time at Murs in Farmingdale.
Yes.
Good night, everybody. God bless. Thank you for joining us. These guys are going to go entertain you for the next
And
half
girls.
hour.
We will for the next 20 minutes. So quickly, I will. It'll be very quick. But listen, we're putting on our league, Farmingdale Baseball League, is putting on a baseball coaches clinic. And I give a lot of credit to my board member, Michael Jerfo. He had a lot of these contacts. And with a lot
I
of
see
college.
who you got there.
Yeah, we got a lot of college coaches, high school coaches to come down. It's geared to teach coaches to teach kids between 7 and 12 years old. That's the goal of the thing. All of these great baseball minds we have access to here on Long Island, these guys are going to come down and teach any coach who wants to come down. It's well worth the $20. Sunday, February 4th, you're going to get some great instruction on how to coach kids in Little League. Anywhere, if you're coaching anybody from 7 to 12 years old, you should not miss this event. I'm not even saying that because it's my league. I'm saying that because this is a really great thing we're trying to do. And the whole goal of this thing is to develop kids better, okay, at younger ages, so they're not either getting hurt or running off to other places. Stay in your place, stay in your town, enjoy your friends, and play some ball and be good at it. And if you're a coach coaching kids, come down and learn something. Everybody could learn something from this and enjoy it. That's Sunday, February 4th at Farmingdale High School. We got guys from Iona, Malloy, St. John's.
I know you got
Farmingdale
you got
State,
Al
all over
Marazzo
the
coming
place.
from Dodger Nation. I saw it was on the list of, and Dan Luisi, who's the head coach over at Holy Trinity.
Yep.
He's going to be in doing that.
Like I said,
now
Mike-
we used to do this
Mike-
in Valley Stream coaches clinics. We used to do Valley Stream coaches clinics, and the idea was, you know, if you're going to teach kids, you're going to take on a team. You're a dad who wants to help his kids and wants to help his son and because nobody wants to coach the team. So you take it on and you say to yourself, well, I really don't know what to teach these guys. A clinic is what you need. Show people how to do certain drills. Show them what they need to know, the basics of the game, the fundamentals of the game. Show them how to, let's say you're sitting there going, what do I do for a practice? How long should my practice be? Your practice should be 90 minutes.
Right.
Most practices should be 90 minutes.
That's right.
And
Keep it fresh.
and if you go longer than that, which I had a tendency of doing 2-3 hours sometimes.
We all did.
Right? But the point is, unless you're making it fun and making it interesting, you're going to lose them.
Yeah.
And that's what these coaches clinics, I think, are good at doing, is teaching people how to actually run a practice.
Be efficient with the time.
You don't want to be the guy standing there with the guy sitting on the field and you're going, hey, get two. You know, you're just hitting ground balls and hitting a couple of fly balls and call it a day.
Right.
No, you got to teach them the game. You really got to teach them the game. And when the kids know the game, and when the coach knows the game, everybody's much happier and they come back. It's when the coach comes and takes on a team and the kid's bored and they didn't learn anything that they quit.
Yeah.
It changes everything when the coach
Because I
comes
didn't
to
teach
do
them
it.
anything.
So,
Thank you, Bob.
at what age was T-ball? No, the year after T-ball when you started.
Coach
throwing,
pitch.
And it's only 5 pitches, right? And people, so many the tendency these days. Oh, we want everybody to get a hit. We want everybody to get a trophy and everything. I was so against it because the 5-pitch rule is a great thing, and then give them a walk. Hey, maybe as a coach I couldn't throw the ball or whatever, or maybe the kid just didn't want to swing. But the importance of keeping it 5-pitch and then the next kid gets up. If you make it longer just so Rich can get a hit and it's 20 pitches, guess what's happening in the outfield?
Yeah, they're kicking dirt.
They're kicking dirt, picking weeds, they're getting
I know,
bored.
but let me tell you.
And then they go
I
home.
was
and
called- I was called
hey,
a
Johnny,
hard
how was
ass.
practice? Oh, it
Gee, I
sucked. I was
wonder
bored.
why.
Yeah, I stood out
I
in
was
the
called a
outfield.
hard ass for the way I
true.
ran my league. I did coach pitch. If the kid swung and missed 3 times, he's out. It wasn't like, oh, let's put the tee out. Oh, no. He's out.
Right.
And they'd be like, well, that's not nice. Not nice? That's baseball. You swung and missed 3 times. I'm your coach. It's my kid that's batting. I threw the ball. You swung and missed 3 times. You're out. And there are no walks. There were no walks. You had a chance. You got 5 pitches. If you didn't get a hit, if you didn't find one pitch to hit,
right.
that's either my fault because I couldn't throw it, or
It was usually the
that
kids with
kid's
me.
fault. And it was like, and then we never said, oh, you're out of here. We just go, all right, next batter up. That's all.
Yeah.
And
That's
it's
it.
an
Just
out.
keep it moving.
Keep it moving.
That's
And
it.
see,
You
you
got to
miss
keep it
your
moving.
life.
Kids got to understand.
Thank
kids
you.
playing baseball got to understand that
You wanted to
will
miss me.
strike out and you will make out. You're not all getting a hit.
Right.
No,
No.
everybody
Not
strikes
reality.
out in baseball,
And more. I mean, it's become the biggest part of the game now.
and every pitcher will give up hits,
That's the way it goes.
and every fielder will make errors, and lots of all those failure type things
I always
happen
told kids, I
during
used
a
to go
baseball game.
look at the scoreboard. Look
Part
at
of
the
the game.
scoreboard in a baseball game. It says runs, it says hits,
Hits.
and it says errors.
Yes.
Errors are a big part of the game.
Yep.
You got to keep that last number low. All right, when that number gets high, you're going to lose. Pretty much. But it is part of the game, and everyone makes errors. You will make errors. Don't be ashamed. Don't feel bad about it. And you sit there and like a pitcher getting annoyed. I used to sit there going, a pitcher gets annoyed when third baseman flubs a ground ball. I used to go, didn't you just walk 3 kids in a row?
Right.
That's your personal error.
Yeah.
You couldn't throw a strike for 3 batters in a row, and you're going to tell me you're going to get mad at the third baseman who fell asleep while you were throwing 12 balls?
Right, and lost his focus.
Sorry, it's your fault too. I was. That's why I was called a hot ass. I was just like, well,
Team sport.
I'm like, that's so. We win as a team, we lose as a team, we play well as a team, we play bad as a team. That's the way it goes. You're only as strong as your weakest link is the oldest expression in the world, and it's true.
I tell guys that all the time. You're only as strong. Your team is only as strong as your worst kid. That number 12 kid that you just think, oh, whatever, he's going to strike out every time. Well, that's why you're going to. That's why you're going to lose more games.
I used to
You
preach
coach
this-
that kid up to at least make some contact or put a ball in play, because I guarantee you there's going to be a situation where the game's on the line, and guess who's coming up?
I
That
won a
11th
playoff
kid,
game.
that 12th kid, he's coming up every time.
This kid, John Vesely, was on my team. He spent the entire season. I threw batting practice. This kid worked. And I said to the kids on my team used to be like, why is he playing? You know what? Why? He can't hit. He can't. I says, that kid's gonna get a big hit first. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Right? Sure enough, he paid dividends in a playoff game. He came up in the middle of a playoff game. I had runners on second and third. He's coming up. There's no such thing as, what are you going to do? We got no pinch hitters. There's no such thing. He's going to bat. Freaking kid hits a base hit up the middle. It was his first hit of the year.
Nice.
And it was
Nice.
in the playoffs, drove in 2 runs, jumping up and down at first base like
Right.
you wouldn't believe.
Yep.
And I was like, that just made my year. You're only as strong as that. If that worst kid, well, he wasn't the worst kid. He just never played before. It was his first year.
Right.
If that kid can't help you win a game, or you can't teach that kid to help you win a game, then you're not doing something right. You have to work hard enough to get that kid. Otherwise, your team won't win. Your team's not going to win because then people will find that weakness and just keep exploiting it. And he got it. He did it.
I know I came in late and you guys talked about the Jets-Giants game.
Jets Giants. Did they play today?
We did. Yeah. Well,
sure you
there was
did.
a football game, I think.
Yeah.
Well, it was a game.
32
It
punts.
It was
32 was the number. I know it was the most since 2003.
Yeah. It was 15 punts in the first half
That's a
alone.
good game. Good ball
I
game.
think it was 32 total.
I'm
by
glad
the
I
end.
didn't buy a ticket for that.
And the Giants.
And the last 24 seconds
called
of the game were
Dallas
amazing.
kicked ass,
amazing.
too.
Amazing last 24 seconds. Yes, Cowboys.
Yeah.
Cowboys did well today.
They kicked butt.
Who cares about the Cowboys?
Nobody but
Cowboy
me.
fans.
That's it. Me and nobody else. Man on an island. It's all good with me.
Yeah. Yeah. If the Giants don't commit that penalty, the game's over.
Yeah.
because they
And
were
the Jet-
they were never getting down, spiking the ball, getting another play, spiking the ball, and kicking the field goal.
He had 1 second as it was. I was
Right.
surprised he got that spike off. Those
I couldn't
guys
believe
hustled
they
their
must have
ass
hustled.
off.
Because
to
of
line
last
up.
week. Remember what happened
Yeah.
last week?
Yeah.
Oh,
They
They
didn't have
did.
enough time.
That was
it
crazy.
last week or 2 weeks ago?
that was 2 weeks ago.
2
Oh,
weeks
they
ago.
had the bye last week.
Yeah.
So it was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. No, that was pretty. A lot of things had to happen at the end of that Jet-Giant game for the Jets to pull
I
that
don't
out. And the
think Wilson
Giants
looked
missed
terrible.
Well, wait a minute. They missed the field goal. What about the field goal the Giants missed?
Missed two.
Yeah, but they missed one with 30 seconds to go that would have essentially clinched the game. Jets wouldn't have kicked that. Would have been over.
Yeah, the Giant fans are calling for Dable's head.
Hey, listen. the
Giants
guy
been
was
calling for coaches' heads for years.
Yeah, bring in the next one. What you had? 4 coaches in 5 years
Keep
now?
changing course.
You know.
It's like the Jets with quarterbacks. I think they're like top 3 teams in the NFL drafting quarterbacks since 2000.
Well, the Cleveland Browns, I think, are the top in that.
Well, the Jets are
I
not far
think they
behind.
have the most.
Look at it. Look it up.
Jets could have since 2000.
Now here's the thing. So now they're 4-3. If they make it to 9-7 somehow, and they make the playoffs, and Rodgers is healthy, you got to play Rodgers, right?
I
Of
would have
course.
to.
You're paying him 40.
Of course you're gonna
45,
pay him.
whatever it is a year.
Mm-hmm.
And now what does that do to Wilson? And then what happens with Wilson next year?
Really, you worried? I mean, this guy. You got to decide whether this guy's the future of this team. Is he? I don't think so. I don't think so. Doesn't impress me at all.
They've screwed up quarterbacks for so many years. They should never have started him to begin with.
Well, but you have to
They
say
should have
that
kept Fitzpatrick.
you got to say that Zach Wilson, even Zach Wilson today, as bad of a game as he had, right, makes those plays at the end of the game to get them in position
Yes.
to kick the field
There
goal.
were a lot of dropped passes.
So, I mean, like everybody wants to shit on the guy, but then again, you got to give him some credit for some of these wins
You do,
as
but
well.
there's nothing impressive about him.
Today, forget. Today was a piece of garbage no matter what. Nobody maybe deserved to win that game, but somebody was going to win it. But Zach Wilson did enough for his team to win
But
the
you
game.
had a lot of dropped passes. You had
It was a mess.
You had a couple of penalties. You had the Giants on the 8-yard line, and they're about to punt with the
Yeah.
game on the line with,
And the
with,
Jets
with
make
over
the
2
pe-
minutes.
Jets
and
get the penalty.
and the guy jumps off sides, and
Yep.
then they go take more time off the clock.
He wanted to bury himself in the turf. Did you see
he
him on the
should've.
ground?
He
that
should've.
lineman? Oh, my God. He was like on his knees, like, is there any way to get this
Just
dirt on
pile
top
dirt
of
on.
me? Right. And I could just crawl under the field right now?
You don't commit that penalty, and they punt.
No.
It's not a nail biter, and listen. I'm a
My
Jet
daughter,
fan.
my
They got
daughter
the win.
sends me this fucking. And see, you make me talk about me. My kids pull on the same crazy sense of humor. Who's on Friends? David Schwimmer, right?
Yeah.
The guy who played Ross.
The one you don't like?
I can't stand him.
Right.
Right. But my daughter sends me this thing.
Schwimmer
She
and
puts
not a
underneath, on front of David Schwimmer's face, he says Schwimmer. In front of Chandler's name, not a Schwimmer.
Not Schwimmer.
Oh, jeez.
There's some nasty stuff out there.
Well, it goes back a long way. I mean,
And the Three's Company, too. There's
It's
a lot
too
of
soon,
nasty
people.
memes.
That's rough.
listen to
A little
this.
too soon.
No, it's not. It's not too soon.
Come on.
It's that I don't know this.
There is no
guy,
more
all right?
too soon. Everybody
All right,
just comes
but
out
listen,
immediately now.
You can't. Not. It's not even now. And this is what I was just gonna get at. It's not even now. I go back to the '80s, and the jokes about Natalie Wood when Natalie Wood drowned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only
Right.
wood that wouldn't float, Natalie
Yeah.
Wood.
Yeah.
Right.
Why did Natalie Wood? Didn't she take a shower?
See that one?
Why didn't Natalie Wood take a shower on the boat? She wanted to wash up on shore. Stuff like that.
Oh,
that was
Wash Up
all.
on Shore,
That
I
was
didn't
all.
hear that one.
Yeah.
Vic Morrow, what they do in the Twilight Zone movie?
Yes.
Right? They said, well, how do you know Vic Morrow had dandruff? They found his head and shoulders in the bushes. I mean, come on.
Is that Graz on the phone?
Wow.
So it's not like, and this is the 80s.
Hold on.
One thing, and one thing only. Teresa, could you just yell out bulbs?
Yeah, I was making fun of you.
What?
No, please.
Young
let's
on
not.
what?
I can't hear him.
Hold on. Teresa, could you do me a favor?
I said you had
Why?
Tourette syndrome and you just yell out shit.
Could you look at the camera and just yell out bulbs, please?
Boo?
Once.
Bowles?
No, please
Balls.
stop.
Balls.
It sounds like you're saying bowls. You got to put the headset.
Balls? I gotta say balls.
Yes,
See?
yes.
Balls.
That's all I want to be here.
Well, we
Thank you,
thought-
guys. Have a good night.
Really?
That's it?
Thanks for your
Thanks for
contribution.
that.
Thanks,
Thank
Gross.
you so
hung on for
much.
10 minutes for that.
I have to tell you,
And he's gone.
I was with Barbara Held, and she said, "Say hello to my mustache man."
Ooh.
Who's Barbara
Oh.
Held?
Well, now he wants to know.
Come on, you know who Barbara Held.
That's Maud.
You call her more.
No, she don't look like Maud. That's a
No.
joke.
She said,
And-
"Say hello to my mustache man."
No, I tell Barbara. Tell Barbara I said hello.
She's a
If she-
doll.
well, she says.
Yeah. She's feisty.
She's got feist.
She's feisty.
I like feisty people.
You got about 20 quarterbacks since 2000 on the Jets.
How about
See, I
that?
told you. Right.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. You ready for some names?
Oh, I can
The
name
names,
a few.
yeah.
Yeah.
Could you name?
Oh, how about Chad Pennington?
Go ahead. Yep, absolutely.
Foley,
Foley. Yep.
Sanchez,
Sanchez.
Sanchez.
now
They were
bro-
called.
Who's
Sanchez.
now, in
The
the booth.
Sanchez.
Who did we just have before this that failed?
Donald.
You're missing one.
Donald.
You're missing one famous one from 2000, 2001.
Geno Smith.
Nope. Vinny Testaverde.
Vinny, no, but Vinny was not a
Oh,
failed
no,
quarterback.
drafted.
No. I'm talking about different quarterbacks
No.
since
Okay, 'cause
2000.
Vinny, but Vinny started in '98 with them.
Yes,
So,
but
yeah.
he was there in 2000.
So I look at him as a '98. All right, yeah.
Right.
He didn't. He started with the Jets.
No.
No, he started with the Buccaneers.
Here's one you might not know. Brooks Bollinger.
I don't remember Bollinger.
He
Who
was,
else
right-
we
he was
got?
in there with
Not
Pennington.
memorable, it's not that good.
Kellen Clemens.
I remember him.
No, they drafted him.
Brett Favre, 2008, obviously.
No.
Favre.
I think
Favre.
they
Favre.
drafted. drafted
Favre.
quarterbacks.
No.
No,
These
no.
are the guys who just
No,
played
guys
quarterback
that just
for the
played
Jets.
for the
Just played.
Jets.
Brett Favre was another reclamation project. He retired 12 times, and
Yeah, he was in one
and,
year.
and this is what I felt. This is what I felt when they signed Aaron Rodgers, that they were going back to Brett Favre shit.
Yeah.
Because the guy's done, I think, and you're just trying to catch lightning in a bottle
Yep.
with a guy like that.
Lightning in a bottle, Fitzmagic.
They should have
Yeah.
kept him and not started Zach Wilson for 2 years.
No, too late now.
Yeah, too late. Michael Vick, also a Jet.
Michael Vick, I couldn't believe
Really?
when they
Yep.
signed Michael Vick. I was so disappointed.
2014.
No. I want to know how many
He
they've
played with Geno
drafted
Smith.
since
In them.
2000.
Oh, they drafted a lot.
And when you want to hear
Oh.
names, you're going to talk about fifth-round
Drafted a lot.
quarterbacks.
names.
Name names. You got me blacklisted from
They're-
Hop Sings.
They're a
He
mess.
named names.
Bryce Petty,
Oh God.
Mike White, Luke Falk, Trevor
Oh,
Simeon,
we had Geno Smith too.
Geno Smith,
Who's now doing great with Seattle.
Sam Donald,
Sam Darnold was probably the one I thought was going to be okay, but no.
Josh McCown,
Yep.
Oh
Josh
my
McCown.
God.
Greg McElroy. That was Tin Cup.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it for the list from 2000 at least.
That's quarterbacks that played.
Yeah.
Just the quarterbacks,
Quarterbacks
since
that played.
2000.
You know what I
Yeah.
don't like, and I don't know if you've heard this. So speaking of famous Jet quarterbacks, Joe Namath, he's been on during this football season. He's been on the Michael Kay show, here and there.
Yeah.
And they bring him on.
Yeah.
And the one week they bring him on, it was after one of the
Bad
weeks
loss.
Zach Wilson had bad
ripped him.
loss.
Ripped
He ripped them completely. And I'm like, what purpose is this serving?
Nothing.
That you have Joe Namath, an 80-year-old man, right, on a primetime ESPN sports show like Michael Kay in the afternoon, completely taking out his dick and pissing all over Zach Wilson and the Jets. This guy's a Jet legend icon, won their only Super Bowl, but somehow we drag him out onto the radio to freaking piss on everything. I don't understand what.
But he kind of took it back. A couple
next
weeks
week.
ago.
Well, forget taking it back, though.
How
You already
many-
brought the old man out.
Right.
You know what I mean?
know
And I
what?
don't blame Joe Namath.
No, but that's
I
what they
really
were looking
don't.
for, and they got it. So
That was
That's
my-
disgusting.
that was
it
my-
was probably a private conversation. You're probably talking to him, and he goes, "Joe, what do you think?" He probably thought, "This kid's not really the real McCoy
It's the
here."
state of the media
You know, they
today.
like, "Would you come on
That's
the
what
air and
that
say
is.
that?"
Yeah. Right. Yeah, so we could get some more ratings because
exactly. It's all
Joe
it's
Namath
about.
is going to say something controversial.
And it was all over
That was
TV.
my first,
Exactly.
first football game. My dad took me to at Shea Stadium, and Joe Namath was the.
Joe Willie Namath.
Yes, yes, Howard.
Yeah.
Yes,
Hello
Howard.
again, everybody. This is
Hello,
how we
Howard.
go sell. Speaking of sports,
Joe Willie.
Joe Willie Namath, the Jets superstar quarterback, Broadway Joe, right here with Emerson Boozer, Matt Snell.
It's true.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Well,
Don Maynard.
And what happened to Howard Cosell?
He died.
Just one comment, and he was.
Yeah, well, you know what? It's all bullshit, and I hate it, and I think people should stand their ground instead of just giving into it.
Now, speaking of standing your ground, what do you think about the Chris Russo and Diamondbacks?
Oh, he's going to quit on the spot.
Good afternoon, everybody. How are you today?
You're right.
Well, you know what? The bottom line is he said it. It was a joke. Big deal.
Lovello wants him to retire, resign,
Hey,
whatever.
Listen, I would too if I was him. I won the frickin', I won the bet.
It wasn't a bet. It was just a stupid statement that Russo made. It's like
Okay.
it's like right up there with Alec Baldwin saying he's going to leave the country if
there's
Donald
nothing-
Trump wins the presidency, and so was Whoopi Goldberg.
I
They're
don't
still
think
here.
anyone did. and
Well,
no
listen,
one
the guy's on the contract, so he can't just, up and retire either
No.
because of some bet. Let's be serious.
No, he could retire, but he wouldn't get paid.
Well, exactly. But you're going to leave all that money on the table because you said something stupid? He'd rather just eat the crow, which is what he's been doing.
This is just nonsensical stuff. You know how many times I've quit this show?
Yeah, but you keep coming back.
That's what I'm saying.
There might be a chance Russo doesn't come back.
He's coming back. He's
It's
not
like
going
Billy
anywhere.
Martin. You keep
You like
coming back.
Russo?
I love Russo.
I love Russo. I just mute it when he
Russo's
does
great.
that introduction.
Oh, the
thing. Hello, whatever. You did it better.
good afternoon, everybody. How are you today? Mike and the Mad Dog program. No, but I think he's very entertaining.
I think so too. I
And I
love that
think
he's
he-
still around in Francesca's.
And I think he's,
He
I
is.
think he's funny, and I think he's insightful. He's very good. He knows his shit, but he has opinions, and his opinion, again, just like mine, is that these teams don't belong, and he wanted to say that he didn't think there's any possible way the Diamondbacks, but Diamondbacks got hot.
Well,
they got hot.
They did. Listen,
Tommy
I would.
Pham, that's a great player. Come on, he's 35 years old. He's done nothing in his whole fucking career, and all of a sudden you can't get him out.
Well, he had a good year for the Mets, though. Come on.
He had
was
great
one
years
of-
with Tampa Bay.
He had a
too, but
really
they
good year with the
platooned him.
Mets.
Great.
They platooned him. That was their whole. That's that whole Tampa Bay system.
That's why he got
First of all,
traded.
Tampa Bay, that's another team. I mean, here's a team that won 98 games, and they shit the bed.
The team went like 24-0 to start the season.
Yeah. they were
Okay,
hot.
but
Listen, I consider myself
things
a
happen.
baseball purist. Do you like the designated hitter in the National League?
Do I like it? No. Do I think it's necessary? Yes.
See, I don't even think it's necessary.
It is necessary. The reason it's necessary is because the American League has it, and it has lopsided the two leagues over
I
the
love
last
that.
30, 40
I
years.
hate it and love it at the same time.
No,
I think that's what made baseball.
it
I think
it
it's what
very
made baseball
difficult.
unique.
We were losing. You're losing your star players to the other league because they say, I can go DH over there.
So what? I did.
Either the commissioner was going to have the guts to say that's it, no more DH, or you're going to adopt it in both leagues.
Well,
You
the
can't have two
union
leagues.
wanted it.
can't
You know
go.
the union
You can't
wanted
go
it.
no more DH.
But you can, of course you can.
kill the league.
Once you did it, you did it.
You can't what?
You kill the league. You can't go no DH.
My
No, it's too late now. But
Too
I
many
was not a
guys.
fan of it though.
I'm not either.
I did not want it. I love the fact that the National League and American League were different.
Yeah.
It made it like it
Right.
made
Yeah, but it made it
unlike
very
any other
difficult.
sport. So what? It made it difficult. It made
made it
unlike-
difficult to keep the top players in the league because they
Right,
sit
keep
there
them in the
going,
National
like a
League.
guy like Pete Alonso, thinking about, all right, free agency's coming up. Who do I want to sign with? Do I want to sign with the Mets? Right, never can get really a day off, but I could go to the American League, I go to the Yankees, and I could DH 4 or 5 times a month.
Yeah.
I'll go to the Yankees.
I don't know. It was just so unique in all the sports. I loved it. To have two different, the things different in two different leagues.
Yeah, it's never coming back.
Oh no, I agree with that.
My first opinions, I disagreed with the pitch clock, but that's the
I
only
hate
thing.
the pitch clock.
The pitch clock, I think, has helped with the younger audience because I think they have the attention span of a flea, and they can't watch a game. So, all right, so it moved the games along. As a person who works at the ballpark, I like the fact that the game's over in 3 hours. It's done.
Right.
But the rest of the shit, throws over to first base, all that stuff, and ghost runners, I hate it. Absolutely hate it.
Yeah, the Ghost Runner thing is probably the one thing I would I disagree with. But I mean, I don't.
I thought I was going to
I didn't
the
like.
pitch clock.
I was just gonna say. I thought I was gonna really despise the pitch clock, but now it almost establishes a different flow to the game.
It has changed it. And
You know what I mean?
And I like it.
And yeah, me too, because baseball is somewhat a game of flow. right? It's ebbs and flows throughout a baseball game, back and forth, this and that. But it establishes like a consistent movement of the game.
But keep in mind, though, there was a certain protocol that players had.
Fucking inside of baseball for the last 30 minutes. Christ.
Professionalism.
Why'd you hang up?
Professionalism.
Christ almighty, get off the subject of baseball. You got like 3 minutes to go. Say good night to everybody. Oh, let got on.
All right, good night, Graz. Hang up.
Good night, Graz.
Good night, Graz.
Listen,
Good night.
bottom line is
Bobby,
this.
where's his button?
Bottom
Which button is
bottom
his?
line is this: you got people used to respect the game to the point where they played at a pace, did not step out of the batter's box after every pitch, did not hold the ball and walk around, did not make a million trips to the mound to catch it.
Yeah.
They said to themselves, you know what? These guys are not going to respect the game the way it used to be respected. Trotting around the bases. That's the next thing is I want 20-second maximum on trots around the bases.
Well, just hit the guy next time he's up.
Well, they do that now. No, they do
They
that.
don't do
Come
it
on,
that
they
often.
do.
Hey, Graz, you still there?
No, he hung up. Are we supposed to be saying goodbye? Yeah, it's 10:58.
Yeah, it's 10:58.
Graz, if you're still
Why are
listening,
we saying
just
goodbye? Just 10:58. That clock is wrong.
Graz, just give somebody the finger. You'll feel better. Just
That
give a
one's-
random
that one's
All
person.
right, so let's say
No, it
goodnight.
is.
Let's
It's
call it a
10:58.
night.
Well, good night.
we'll
This was
go-
short and sweet for me. And
It
I had a
was.
blast
All right, you got something you wanna
Well,
say?
thank you for coming by, Teresa. You got something to promote?
No.
No, you sure?
Tune in tomorrow night to my show, Tea Time, 8 o'clock.
There you go. Tune in to Teresa, Tea Time, Strong
Right
Island
here
TV.
on this
Good night.
Strong
Right
Island
here.
television.
Good night, Andy.
Thank you to Pat Walsh for coming down and hanging out with us. I'm glad I made the comment, and he
It's
took
nice
off
to
his
see you, Pat.
took off his feety pajamas and came down to tell us about his weekend and everything else. Bruno Coppola and
Bruno's the
Rothy,
best,
Leanna
man.
Quillen, Mickey Delaney, whose real
Yes.
name we found out tonight is Michael Delaney.
Really?
Greg DiFilippo tuning in as usual. Thank you. Lou Ferriola checking in with a middle finger for Graz.
Nice.
Loretta checking in. Chris Smith. Taz, the resident artist, also on there tonight. Mike Bott. Always love a nice appearance by a Mike Bott. That's always fantastic. Some people will get that joke, others won't. Fran Gatto. And Kevin Epstein checking in and saying goodnight. Thank you for tuning in. Bobby Inns. Thank you very much. Teresa, great to see you coming down.
Thank you.
And Graz hung up, thankfully, so we don't have to worry about him saying goodnight. But any other parting words? It is 11 on the nose.
No, it's not. There's nothing else to cover. We covered all the bases tonight. I'm glad we kindly didn't get into the politics.
Covered
thing
all the
tonight.
bases.
Watch
A
out
lot
for
of baseball
motorcycles.
tonight.
Covered all the bases.
Yeah.
You know, so all I got to say is have a great week, everybody. Enjoy Halloween.
Yeah.
Yes.
Get your candy out.
Have a happy Halloween and
Yes.
a safe Halloween.
Carve a pumpkin and vote for Clavin.
And Joe Saladino,
Joe
supervisor at
Saladino.
Town of Oyster Bay. And Laura Maya, another fantastic person that works in the town.
Missy Miller, another one. Good people. I know.
And happy birthday.
Yeah.
And happy
Oh, and
birthday
happy
to Bobby
birthday to Bobby
Lacerra.
Lacera,
Yes.
who is, I think, asleep at the wheel.
And don't forget to love each other. You know.
No, we're not doing that, Bobby.
No, we're not doing that,
sorry.
Bobby. No, we don't want to do that. Don't love
That's
Graz.
Graz's line.
Yeah, that's Graz's line. He'll have to say that next time
that
he's
was
here.
good, Bobby. That
Yeah.
was funny.
Right.
Oh my God.
We don't do Graz here.
No, we
don't-
don't do Graz. We do us.
This is Strong Island. We don't do grass here.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Ciao. Good night.